Yes, it's case number 423 on the calendar in the matter of Gilbert versus Lucido. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
Mr. Gilbert, you and the defendant were engaged to be married.
Yes, Your Honor.
You had your own home?
Yes,
and
Your
she
Honor.
had her own home?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to what I've read in your complaint, the two of you decided that it might be a good idea to buy a home together. And prior to either of you selling your homes in order to prepare to put down a down payment on a house, you closed out your 401k.
I took money out. I didn't close it out completely. I took money out of the 401k.
A little over $35,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you put that money in a joint account with the defendant. Sometime later, you were away on a business trip. Your fiance got into a discussion with your former wife. They exchanged a lot of nasties. She left, and she took out about $5,000 from this joint bank account that you had set up for the house. So I have a few questions. This joint account that you set up, was the only money in that account the money that you had taken out of your 401k?
The savings account was purely savings. The only transactions that happened to it was my putting the money in and her taking the money out.
Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
And am I correct that there was a discussion between the two of you that that money was going to be used as a down payment on the house?
That is
Yes,
not
Your Honor.
correct.
That is not correct.
That is not correct, Your
Well,
Honor.
tell me what you thought that that money was for.
Okay, well, David and I both put it into the savings account. We opened up a new savings account, and then he had it linked to my checking account so that his name was also on my checking account, which was fine by me. I was in love. I was going to marry the man. I wanted to be able to have our money shared. I have a written and verbal contract, Your Honor, that states that our money was our monies, and I didn't just take his money and use it.
Were you living together at the time?
Yes,
In whose house?
mine.
And how did you pay joint bills?
I paid them all.
Out of your checking account?
Correct.
Did the plaintiff give you any money towards those bills?
No, he did not.
Is that right?
Towards those bills, no, Your Honor, but I did several things around the house to fix the house up. Dinners.
I don't care about that. How long had you lived together?
About 2 months, I think.
2.5 months, Your Honor.
Now you're going to tell me, Miss Lucido, what you took that money for.
Primarily for a MasterCard payment.
A MasterCard payment?
Yes, I
Let
have.
me see it, please.
Okay. I put $3,500 cash toward the MasterCard payment.
Let me see it.
Okay.
Well, there are lots of charges here. PGA National Spa, what is that?
That was a European health spa for a massage.
For whom?
Myself.
I have a charge here for Banana Republic. What was that for?
That was for a gift certificate.
For whom?
For a client of mine.
For you.
No, for a client of mine.
But it's your charge.
Okay, yes.
The party outlet.
That was for our wedding stuff. We had invitations, centerpieces, silk flowers, a whole lot of arrangement things that were being purchased.
Okay, because I have lots of check marks here. All these things seem to be check marked. PGA National Spa, again, $80. Is that for another massage?
Yes, Your Honor, that was for a
And
client.
another one for $67?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's yours.
Yes, Your Honor.
A lot of cafes and restaurants.
Correct. Food, clothing. I bought him a new wardrobe from head to toe, including jewelry,
Well, why did you do that?
because I loved him. And the whole reason that this whole thing incurred was David cheated on me, and I ended...
I don't want to hear about him cheating on you.
Okay.
You left.
I
you
didn't
separated.
leave, Your Honor. His belongings were moved back to his home.
Fine. Whatever happened. You separated. And I want to know what you took the money for. First, you told me it was for a MasterCard.
It is.
Okay? Well, the MasterCard...
MasterCard.
Just a second. The
Okay.
MasterCard has mostly your charges on it. He's not responsible for your charges.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Fine. So what did you take the $5,000 plus for?
Primarily, I made the MasterCard payment. I used some of the money for the car that I had to purchase. We agreed to lease a car. My other truck was paid for. I never had a car payment. Now I have a lease to pay for every month.
So what you're saying is that because this relationship, for whatever reason, didn't work out, you put yourself in a position of having to make a car payment when you didn't have one before, even though you have the car. and you think he should be responsible for that.
No, I'm not holding him responsible
Well, then,
for it.
what did you take this money for? This was his money.
To help out with the expenses. I have a checking account that I had a lot of checks written out, MasterCard, American Express, that were both our expenses.
Well, I'm asking you, what both expenses? Tell me, what expenses were both?
Clothing, food, groceries, the car. There was a lot, a list.
You are not entitled to take that money.
Your Honor, I have a written contract here in all due respect that we had a written and verbal agreement that either could withdraw any amount of money. May I submit this to you,
Sure.
please? He had me the primary account holder, so it was my Social Security number on here on the front. And on the back, it clearly states what we both read, that either one of us were allowed any of that money, and the only reason I used it was for expenses.
Miss Lucido, you don't seem to understand. You don't seem to get it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today, David Gilbert says ex-fiancée Joanne Lucido broke off their engagement and took $5,000 from his savings account.
Miss Lucido, you had no agreement with regard to buying a car, food, any other expenses that you may have had,
We
your
did have a
massages
verbal.
or any other stuff, that you could take this money out of the savings account that was earmarked as a down payment for a new house, because otherwise the money would have been put in a checking account if it was to be used for expenses. Why would somebody who was under the age of 59 and a half years old take out money from their 401k, which in all probability will incur some tax consequence, unless it was for a specific purpose, which was to pay for a new house?
And also wedding, and also expenses as needed. That was our agreement. I have friends
Was this
that
money
overheard.
to be used for expenses as needed?
Your Honor, it was for the purpose of a house.
What kind of business are you in?
I work for a defense contractor.
Okay. So you have a steady job, and you have your own credit card?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you, in fact, when you went out with the defendant,
Buy her dinner? Yes, Your Honor.
well, buy dinner for the two of you? Because I see a lot of charges here for food. I mean, food in restaurants.
Your Honor, whenever we went out to dinner, I purchased the dinners.
Do you take people out for business?
Yes, I do.
Fine. That's where all these lunches are.
Some of the lunches, Your Honor, I have taken Dave out to lunch
Okay.
and paid
Ms.
for that
Lucido,
also.
he had no right to empty his bank account when you left. None whatsoever. Judgment for
Honor.
the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He's a liar, he's a cheater.
I was kind of shocked that she, one, had a conversation with my ex-wife, and two, never gave me a chance to talk about it.
Listen to your best friend.
Don't go for the pretty boys.
When you fall in love, it's all right to trust with your heart, but maybe not with your wallet.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Barclay versus Case, step forward, please.
31-year-old hairstylist Heather Barclay is suing her ex-roommate, 26-year-old hairstylist Melissa Case, for unpaid rent. Melissa says Heather forgave the debt.
Miss Barclay, according to your complaint, you knew the defendant from some sort of a beauty school, a beauty parlor, is that right?
We worked together at a beauty salon, yes.
You had a house, you needed a roommate.
Yep.
She needed a place to live. You have a child,
Yes, ma'am.
5-year-old,
5.
and she agreed to become a tenant.
Correct.
According to you, she left unceremoniously without giving you much notice, and she owes you some $1,500 in rent.
Yes.
Defendant says that while she did not pay all the rent that she should have while she was there, you forgave it because you knew she didn't have a job. That's your defense.
Basically, yes.
When did she move in?
She moved in on August the 14th.
And what was the rent arrangement?
Our agreement was that she would live with me. She got 2 bedrooms and a bathroom, and that it would be $650 a month, all bills paid. And the only thing that I asked was that she give me 30 days notice if she wanted to leave, or that if I chose for her to go, that I would give her 30 days notice just out of respect.
All right. Ms. Case, was that your agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Was rent paid for the 2 weeks in August?
Part of the rent was paid. I told her that I would prorate it, whatever the daily rate was, times however many days she was going to be there, and she gave me $200. The total was actually $369 for that time.
And what about September?
I have this ledger right here, and I kept record. She did pay me another $100 in September, but every time the first of the month would come up, the $650 would be owed again. So her debt would continue to get higher and higher.
I'm not really good at math, as a
Okay.
bird can attest to. So far, she owes you $169 for August.
Correct.
And she paid you $100 in September.
Actually, she paid me another $300 in September.
She did give you another $300
Yes, she
in
did.
September. So
Yes.
now we're down to $250 that's owed for September.
Correct.
And what about October?
In October, she paid me another $160.
$490. That means was owing for the month of October,
Yes.
right?
Right.
Oh, God. And then she moved out in November?
Yes.
November what?
I believe she moved out on the 4th of November.
Did you move out on the 4th of November?
No, ma'am. I moved
When-
out on the 1st. I moved out prior to her birthday.
She did not. She moved out on the Sunday after my birthday, which is the 4th. My birthday is on the 3rd.
Did you give her any notice when you moved out?
I had given her a letter letting her know that, no, it wasn't 30 days notice, but I did give her notice that I was leaving.
The letter did not say when she was leaving. The letter said, my intention is to leave because of our prior agreement. I assumed it would be 30 days after I received the letter. I received the letter on October 31st. I have it right here.
Can I see it, please?
So my assumption was that she would be moving out on November the 30th.
The letter says that I'm not giving her 30 days notice.
It also doesn't say when she's leaving. And I didn't have an opportunity to talk to her because I only saw her one time after I got the letter.
She hadn't spoken to me in weeks, though. This all could
not
have been
true.
discussed
You know, I'm trying
prior.
to add and I can't hear you. So if we're talking, forget the 30-day notice provision, if we're talking about just the time she actually lived there, it comes to about $909 that was owed to you.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this is a very sweet letter, honestly. It appears from the letter that the financial problems that you had, you understood created a situation that was unfair to her.
Heather Barkley says ex-roommate Melissa Case owes for unpaid rent. Melissa says Heather told her to pay what she could.
Okay, how come you weren't able to pay your rent?
When I worked with Heather, I was put on a leave of absence at the beginning of July to allow me to finish school. There was a lot of stress. I had been going through a divorce since the July of 2000. Just a lot of things going on in my life. They put me on a leave of absence. Ms. Barclay told me that I could come back once I graduated. I would become a stylist, and I was under that knowledge going back to school. Came back to about a week before graduating. She told me I should contact our boss, let him know how things were going, make sure he knew I was getting ready to graduate. Had 2 conversations with him.
When was this?
In August, about maybe a week and a half prior to my graduating.
Okay.
We talked about the fact that she had let him know that she had wanted me to move in, that I was probably going to do it. He thought that that would be a good idea. She's a good person, she's a good influence, that it would be a positive thing. He said that he had some questions as to my behavior in the salon prior to that. I had hung out with some girls that partied a little bit too much, things like that. I said, okay. I graduated. I moved in with Heather on the 14th because my son started school the next day. About a week after me moving in, she told me that I should just let go of it, that I probably wouldn't have a job there. And I said, well, what do you know? Heather's one of the supervisors there. She's in on all the meetings with the owners. She knew that I wasn't going to have a job there.
No, I didn't know that you didn't have a job. I can tell you by the owner's behavior and the way he was giving me the runaround. He started treating me very weird too. And I kept asking him, you know, don't worry, Missy's we were short on stylists, we needed help badly. I said, don't forget, we've got Missy coming on board. And he kept skirting the issue and acting really weird. And it started to make me very uncomfortable. And I started to get very upset with him because he also gave me the impression that she had a job there waiting. And he started acting really creepy, and it really hurt me because he made me look like a fool to her because I was her supervisor, and I was the one that had to tell her about the leave of absence because he didn't want to have to do it. So not only did he make me look bad to her, he made me look bad to everybody, and it made me very upset. And it made me believe he had no integrity.
Sounds
and
like
so
a coward.
I told, exactly.
Did you quit?
I don't work there anymore. So I did tell her.
That was discussed the whole time we lived there. That had caused a lot of emotional stress between the two of us also, and that was, you know.
And I told her because I cared about her. She was one of my best friends in the world, and I said,
I see that
you
from
know
the
what?
letter.
I said, you're better off not coming back to work for a man that's going to treat you this way. I said, and it makes me question my position in this company too. And I did not know, and he hurt me as badly with that decision as he did her.
They're such cowards, aren't they?
Exactly. So I had no prior knowledge. I wanted her to live with me. It was going to be a great situation, and it went bad fast. And I tried to be patient with her. I talked to her. We never fought. There was never ugliness in her house. I loved her son. Everything was great. That's why it hurt me so badly that she left the way that she did. Because I'd always offered a safe place for her to talk to me about what was going on in her life. I'd been incredibly patient about the fact that she wasn't paying me. She knew that I am not independently wealthy. I need a roommate to survive.
Had you
and she
had one
wasn't paying
immediately
me.
before?
I had one, a guy that was in college that lived with me, and he graduated from college and left in May. Missy and I started talking about at work her possibly moving in with me.
So you didn't have anyone
I held the room empty for 2 months. I made a lot of sacrifices to let her live there. I went and had to pay the bills by myself for 2 months just to create this situation for her.
Do you have a roommate now?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Are you working now?
Yes. I started a job Tuesday.
Great. Let me hear your defense.
When I didn't have a job to go back to, I began looking for other employment. It took me a month before I went before the state board to get my license. I went to work in a salon, and I wasn't making very much money. My last day of work there, I made $17. So I didn't have any money to give her. Had I known I wasn't going to be employed,
I understand that.
I wouldn't
Tell me
have
about
left.
the conversation that you had with
When
her with regard
I
to...
told her, I'm not sure how I'm going to pay you. And she said, don't worry about it. Pay me what you can. And I said, okay.
She was
and we went
referring
from
to
there.
our debt.
She told me that maybe I should get food stamps and give them to her as payment for the rent, or that I should go to the Department of Human Services and try to get rent assistance to give that to her.
Did I say that or did you say that?
Just a second. Don't talk to her.
Okay.
Okay. My sense, Ms. Case, is that what the plaintiff was saying to you was she anticipated that you were going to be living with her for a substantial period of time, and that eventually you would have a job that gave you enough income not only to pay your rent, but to pay her what you owed her, which was really nice because another landlord wouldn't let you do that, right?
Correct.
So clearly, you acknowledge in this letter of October 31st that you owe her money because you said, I have every intention of paying you the money I owe.
Right, but to my knowledge, I didn't owe $1,500, nor did I owe $900.
Well, you do.
For that
This was
matter.
hanging on the
Just a
refrigerator
second,
the
but
whole
you
time
do-
that she lived
but
there.
you do. Do you have any evidence that you gave her monies in addition to what?
I don't have any bank accounts. Everything I gave her was in cash.
So if you don't know, then I have to take her record of what you gave her. And if you weren't working for a substantial period of time, it's very likely that you didn't give her more money. You owe her $909. And Ms. Barkley, with regard to the 30-day notice,
Yes.
I've read the letter, and the letter says, let me get out of here before I build up any more debts to you so that you can start looking for a new roommate. I have a sense that there was some tension based upon this letter before she moved out. She says, you know, our friendship is worth more to me than you think, is what she says in the letter.
Which surprises me because I haven't heard from her since. If she was so concerned about our friendship, then why did she turn her back
Okay.
on me?
Okay.
I was
So, Ms.
trying to create a
Ms.
friendship still, and she wouldn't have anything to do with me.
So,
That's
Ms.
not
Barkley,
true.
listen to me. Let's say she was embarrassed.
I'm pretty sure that's probably what was going on.
Let's say she was
Because
embarrassed.
she knows that she ruined our friendship.
And that's what happens sometimes when you're a borrower. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's just easier to say, I'm going to turn this off so that it'll go away, which is a very sad thing because I think that you legitimately care for each other.
Right.
All right, so maybe you can make up and go and have a cup of coffee after today. I certainly hope so. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $909. Good luck.
Parties are excused. Yeah, this is case number 408 on the calendar in the matter of Moncrief versus Stamper. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats, please.
Oh, your complaint and your answer, counterclaim, gave me a headache. You two people lived together for about 2 years?
About a year and a half.
Year and a half.
Not even a year and a half.
Here we go.
We lived together
You lived together for a while. You have several complaints, Miss Moncrief. First, you say that he, at some point, had a rental car that belonged to you, took you to the airport. He was supposed to return the rental car. He didn't return it right away. He wrecked the rental car, and you had to pay certain monies to the rental car company.
It hasn't been paid yet. It's in collection.
Okay. He acknowledges he wrecked the car, right?
Yes, I do.
Your defense to that claim is that previously she had intentionally wrecked your car so that you had an agreement with her that you were going to call it even.
The damage was going to cost the same amount. Both cars were totaled, so...
Okay, so let's start with that one complaint. It's acknowledged that you drove her to the airport in her rental car and that you totaled the rental car that she's responsible for.
Yes.
Now let's hear your defense to that, sir. Tell me about when she totaled your car.
It was in September of 2000,
Yes?
and we were arguing. She got mad,
Look at me.
ran outside of the house, got in her car, started to take off, followed her outside, and I did flip her off, and she stopped her car, put it in reverse, and tried to run me down, and in the process, ran into my car.
That's not
Okay,
true.
well, tell me what happened in September 2000 with his car.
We were arguing over trivial things, and I decided to leave. It was escalating. When I tried to get my things, he got physical. So I gathered up as much as possible. I went out to my car. When I went to leave, he jumped off the porch, jumped on top of my car, was kicking it and punching it and screaming. So I backed out as fast as possible. I'm not denying that I hit his car. I did back into it. It wasn't intentional. Then I took off. He jumped in that same vehicle and drove after me. It turned into a high-speed chase. I went to her mother's house, Candace Thompson, in order to go to safety.
So what you're telling me is that he jumped on your car, which caused you to pull out and hit his car. So you acknowledge that you hit his car. Did you ever discuss paying for the damage that was done to his car?
What we decided was there was 2 different times that I bailed him out of jail for different things. It was $500 a piece. He paid me back for the first one. He did. Then the second one, he decided that we would just call it even because it was a few $100s damage. It was his light and the fender. He then sold that car to his friend who is now driving it. There's nothing wrong with it. It wasn't totaled. And so we agreed that we would call it even on the bond, the bail, that he wouldn't pay me back for that and I wouldn't fix his car.
Where is that car now, sir?
That car was sold to my friend.
Did you sell the car while the 2 of you were together?
No, we weren't together.
Well, you got back together again after this incident with the car.
No.
Well, you had to because you drove her to the airport later, sir.
We were friends. We lived in
then you were
separate
friends.
rooms inside of my home. We lived in separate rooms.
After September of 2000, did you collect any money from her for the damage to your car?
No.
Did you sue her?
No.
Good. Forget it. Let me see the estimate, what you have to give the insurance company for the car, please.
It started out $8,000 and then they covered some of it. So I have pictures
Just
as well.
tell me what you owe on the car.
It's $1,166.76.
Oh, okay. And is that what that says? Show Bird.
Yeah, it says 1031, but then there was interest accumulation. It went to collection.
Show him.
Okay, right here, 103100. It's all of
Plus
those.
interest. Is that what it says, Bird?
103.1.
Very good. Okay, so
I'm
that
sorry
you owe
about
her,
that. I
Mr.
couldn't-
Stamper. Now, you're suing him because you say he assaulted you.
That's correct.
When did he assault you?
The initial assault was June, which I have the report, and this was from the police. This
What do you
is-
mean the initial assault? How many assaults are you suing him for?
Well, there was another one afterwards. This was the one that happened first when we decided that one of us needed to move out. He gave me 30 days to get out, which, I mean, I guess that's kind and all. Before my 30 days was up, another assault took place, which she
What are you
witnessed.
complaining about? Which assault are you
This one,
complaining
right
about?
here.
Fine, let me see it.
There was no evidence. He took the whole mirror with him when he left the apartment so that I would have no evidence to show that it had taken place.
Your Honor.
Shh. You called the police immediately?
Yes, I did.
Now tell me about this assault. When did it take place?
It was June 13th.
Tell me what happened.
We were discussing things. I had just found out that I was pregnant that day. I had gone to the doctor's office. I have, like, the prescription for prenatal vitamins that I received the next day just to prove. Anyways, I told him that I was pregnant. He didn't really believe me, didn't want to believe me. We got into an argument about it. There were other things that came up, and we didn't just argue about that. He got really upset, and he pushed me into a mirror that was leaning up against, there was a window behind it, and it was kind of slanted, leaning up against it. He pushed me into it, and it shattered. He was just pushing me around. It never came to a hit or a slap or anything like that.
So what are you suing him for?
Just the assault, the damages. I had a
But
miscarriage.
what damage did you have?
I had a miscarriage.
Not as a result of that.
Yes.
Show me-
It wasn't just the assault, but it was all the stress that came from then to...
Stress I don't want to hear about.
Stress causes miscarriages.
What do you want the court to do about that, madam? You stayed with the stress. Listen to me. It's my grief. I've just looked at the domestic violence report the police took. The police came immediately after you called them. They saw absolutely no visible marks on you whatsoever. That's
Right.
stated in the police report. You are claiming that sometime thereafter you suffered a miscarriage because of all the stress.
On top of that assault, yes. And there was
Well, you don't
another...
have a medical report that says that as a result of this assault you suffered a miscarriage. Do you have that?
No.
Of course not. Stress, stress. A lot of people are
Stress
stressed.
from him telling me that I'd be an unfit mother and he wanted me to get an abortion. I mean, that's not normal stress. That's not things you need to hear while you're
That is
pregnant.
a lie to them.
Shh. Listen to me.
That is completely a
Listen
lie.
to me. It's free speech. He can say to you that he thinks you'd be an unfit mother. He can say to you that this was not part of our agreement, that you were going to become pregnant, want to discuss an abortion. He can say that to you. Doesn't mean you have to go through with it. He has a right to say that. You have no claim with regard to this assault.
Your Honor, he has always claimed that he would love to have a child. I'm sorry, I just...
Speak.
Lindsay Moncrief says ex-boyfriend David Stamper physically abused her on 2 separate occasions. She also says David wrecked her rental car.
Now, Mr. Stamper, let's hear it.
My countersuit goes on the lines of stolen property.
Tell me about the stolen property, Mr. Stamper.
When she had me arrested for the alleged assault, there was a no-contact order issued. I didn't want to break that because I'd be thrown back in jail. She lived in my home. She didn't pay rent. And everything in my home at the time, I couldn't get it out because I couldn't go to my home because she was there. She took everything I owned out of that home.
Like what?
Like a king-size bed, a couch, a love seat, entertainment center.
Shh. Yeah.
All my housewares, dishes that my mother gave me from
When did you finally get back into the house?
I never did. She got kicked out of the apartment because she wasn't paying rent.
That's not what happened.
When did she allegedly steal this property?
In July.
You just started missing it 7 months later?
Well, no, I just didn't ever get around to suing her until then.
Your Honor, he was in jail until that time.
I did spend quite a bit of time in jail over this, and I had other issues that I had to take care of.
Ms. Moncrief, where is this furniture that he's talking about?
There was no entertainment center.
Forget entertainment center. There's some property there.
The love seat and all that was mine. The couch, I paid $40 for a bed. All the other stuff, all of his clothes and any other belongings, Natalie, who's sitting over there, she came and picked them up. I grabbed everything out of the closets. I even had her look. Is there anything else that's his?
Natalie, step up, please. Did there come a time when you went over to the apartment to retrieve some of the personal property of the defendant?
Yes.
When was that?
Well, there was 2 times, actually.
So you went over there twice?
Yes.
On each of the occasions, did you take some property with you?
Yes, I did.
Did you take clothes?
Yes.
Did you take personal effects, papers?
No, actually, there was no papers, just clothes.
There was hardly any clothes left when I got them. I mean...
What date did you go over there?
It must have been sometime in October.
In October?
November,
And you were incarcerated in what month, sir?
July, August, and part of October as well.
What happened to September? September follows August.
I'm sorry, September, part of September.
And what about October?
October, I was free.
I misspoke, actually. It was in September that I went. It was like right in the middle of his jail time.
But you didn't go immediately to retrieve his clothes?
Not immediately, because I wasn't aware that he actually had been put in jail.
You have any of his property?
No, I don't. Well, I have one thing. It's a big hammer that has a solid hickory handle or something. That's it.
You want that?
I'll take every bit of my property I can get back.
What else do you have that belongs to him?
That's it.
That's it? A big hickory hammer? Mm-hmm. You get it to him in 72 hours, please.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean...
What?
Everything I owned was in that home. When she moved out, she took all my stuff. I don't have any...
You said that you were out of jail in September.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
September, October, November, December, January. It's 5 months later. Evidently, the stuff that you want was not that important to you to wait 5 months to sue for it. You got it?
Yeah.
Good.
What comes with my car? I mean, just the parts alone, I have an invoice here that shows that it's over $1,400 for the parts that she wrecked on my car.
I don't care, sir. Let me explain something to you. You had a fight with her. She said she jumped on the hood of her car. Whether that happened or not, I'm not sure. It's very possible. After this incident with the car, you continued to cohabit with her?
I moved to Boise.
You moved to Boise, but somehow you must have gotten together again because she said she was pregnant.
That's where...
Shh. Listen to me carefully.
She was never pregnant with my kid. Never.
You say, are you telling me
she never produced evidence that she's pregnant?
Listen to me. Are you telling me it's impossible?
Yes, I never had sex with her for months and months.
Please, give me a break. Your counterclaim is dismissed. So is your claim for emotional distress as cause for a miscarriage of your child. Choose more carefully next time. I suggest you do the same, sir. He owes you for the car, period. And she owes you for nothing for property that you waited 5-6 months to even miss. Goodbye.
Thank you.
All right, Zach, excuse you. May step out.
Everything he said is ridiculous.
She just can't leave me alone.
How can he not have had sex with me? I was pregnant. He was the only person I was with.
It's a small price to pay to get rid of her.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Allen versus Phoenix. Step forward, please.
35-year-old caterer Dan Allen is suing 25-year-old office manager Destiny Phoenix for slander. Dan claims statements made by Destiny caused him to lose business.
All right, this case is really in 2 parts. So let me try to explain it as I understand it and tell you why it's in 2 parts. Mr. Allen, you have a small catering business. You make burritos, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And you had the defendant as a client, which means that you would come up in your truck every day.
Yes, ma'am.
Where you made your burritos, and you would get orders from the personnel that worked in her office.
Right.
You would make the burritos, and you would do this not only for her company, but for others.
Correct.
It is your claim that because of things that she said about your business, which were untrue, you lost her business. And in addition, the second part of your claim is that she made defamatory remarks about your business to other businesses who used your service, and they also canceled your service. Now, did you have a contract with the defendant?
A written contract? We had a verbal contract.
And what was the verbal contract, sir?
That would be okay for me to come by every day at a certain time to sell my food.
So that is a day-to-day operation. You didn't have a year's contract with her, a 6-month contract with her, so she could say to you, I don't want you to come into the place anymore to sell burritos, or I'm not going to use your service because, I don't know, because we don't like burritos anymore. So she doesn't have to give you any reason whatsoever.
That's correct.
So the first part of your lawsuit is dismissed. And the second part of your lawsuit is that she made untruthful statements about your little business to other people, therefore causing you to lose business. So you have to establish, to my satisfaction, first that she made the statements to other businesses, and second, that the statements she made were untrue. Do you understand what your legal burden is?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me first, what statements can you establish that she made to other businesses that used your service?
Sure, I have a witness, Chris Laro, who I've been servicing food to for the past year and a half approximately, and I'm there every day. And I was there about 15 minutes after I was at Destiny Phoenix's business. So he saw me that same day. This is regarding the fact that she said I reeked of beer. He would definitely have noticed that.
Oh, no, don't tell me. Step up, sir.
Yes, Your Honor.
Tell me your name.
Chris Laro.
Mr. Laro.
Yes, ma'am.
What kind of business do you have, sir?
I am actually a law clerk at a law firm that Mr. Allen services. I am not the witness. I don't believe that he would like to call to prove the defamation. I'm here as a character witness only to prove that I have not seen him ever smelling of alcohol, that he's maintained a professional business.
So is what you're telling me that Miss Phoenix never made any statements to you?
That's correct, ma'am.
With regard to Mr. Allen's job?
That's correct. Mr. Allen has a written statement from...
I don't take written statements.
Okay.
You understand that you're a law clerk?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to law school now?
Yes, I am.
What year are you in, sir?
I'm in my 3rd year.
So you know a little bit about hearsay?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
And what are written statements?
They are out-of-court statements offered for the truth of the matter asserted.
Correct. And according to the rules of evidence, sir, that would be inadmissible. Is that right?
Yes, it would.
Thank you. So far, you're halfway to passing the bar. Mr. Allen, do you have any other proof, sir, that the defendant made statements to any other business which were untrue, which caused you to lose business?
I believe she referred to the fact that I did not have a food license in this recording that I have of her that she left on my phone.
I'm not talking about your phone, sir. I'm talking about other people who your business serviced.
I just have a written statement, and I just have my food license here to prove that I have a food license.
You have to be able to establish to me, sir, that the defendant said to a third party something about you that wasn't true, which caused you to lose business. There are certain rules which your witness knows about, which courts will accept an out-of-court sworn statement. What is the reason that that person cannot be here today?
He did not want to take off work.
That's not a reason, sir.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Laro, anything else you want to say? I would love to do this legal exercise with you, sir. It's been a slow day so far. Go ahead.
I fear of taking a beating on national TV, but nevertheless, I think that in the interest of allowing this court to look at the totality of the circumstances here, possibly the court could let him admit this hearsay statement, the facts that we are here in small claims court, and the federal or state rules of evidence are a little bit lax for small claims court. I think that you would be able to see that it was relevant and authentic, Your Honor.
One of the reasons that we do not allow out-of-court statements, sir, only under very, very strong criteria, is because it does not allow the defendant to cross-examine the maker of that statement. That means that if I were to look at that statement, I would have to, in my own head, say everything in that statement is true, because it does not give Miss Phoenix an opportunity to ask any questions. or for me on her behalf, like I'm asking Mr. Allen questions, to ask that person questions. That's the reason why we do not permit hearsay statements, because it's inherently unfair to the other side. And the fact that this is a court program that happens to be televised does not obfuscate the need to have reliable evidence.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right? Reliable evidence. Hearsay evidence is inherently unreliable. So that your case is dismissed, Mr. Allen. But you were very good, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is case number 407 on the calendar, the matter of Stanger versus Swanger.
Thank you.
Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Stanger, you and the defendant, according to your complaint, lived in a relationship for about 6 years.
Yes.
And it is your claim that when the relationship terminated, the defendant was indebted to you for rent, some household bills, cell phone bill, and some money that you loaned to him in the amount of $5,000.
Correct.
The defendant says that you were, in fact, in a relationship, that there was a rather loose financial arrangement, and that there was never a complaint on your part while you were together that you were owed any money. Only after the relationship terminated was there a complaint. Is that your defense, sir?
Yes.
When did you begin living together?
The
What
later
year?
part of '98. I don't have the exact.
It was March of '98.
And when did you move out of the home?
I was thrown out of the home or asked to leave the home in October of this year.
Now, what do you claim is owed to you, and for what, Mr. Stanger?
What I have is he's not paid me rent in full at any time during the time.
Your Honor,
Shh, don't interrupt. Go ahead.
During the time of the end of last year up until the end of this past year.
And when, for the first time, did you complain about that?
I've complained about it over and over. I had bills to pay. I mean, I paid for everything.
So what did you do with the money?
Mr. Swanger, don't make this any more difficult, please.
I don't think I'm the one making it difficult.
Good. So that let's wait until it's your turn. When did he give you money, sir, during the course of this year?
Periodically, when his pay periods came around, I would ask him, don't you have something you need to give me? You owe me money. And he would say,
half the
well,
time you would come up.
I'm going to say it
after
again.
my
1,
check.
2, 3. Mr. Swanger, have I been respectful to you?
Yes, you have.
In a court, you're supposed to be respectful. There are certain rules. Plaintiff goes first. The defendant responds to questions. That's the way this works. If you want to have a discussion with Mr. Stanger, then you do it outside, you do it over coffee, you do it in the living room, you do it, out in the street. That's a discussion. Then you talk back and forth. When you're here, I ask questions, you answer them. Unless I'm looking at you for an answer, do not speak. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
Good. Go ahead.
just from what you're seeing, that's his arrogance. Any time that I've ever tried to ask him to
Mr. Stanger, his arrogance may be, but you lived with him. I'm not here to resolve that. Did you keep a register of how much he gave you each month? The answer is either yes or no.
No.
How do you know how much he owes you?
Well, at one point in time, we were both discussing what he felt he owed me, and he said about $6,500. I says, but still, there's other monies that you owe me too, for bills that you didn't pay that you used in my name that I didn't know about. For instance, a Cellular One, he ran a bill up in his name for $600 and something, and then they turned it off, and he had one activated in my name, ran that up to over $1,000.
When did you find out about that, sir?
Well, it was 2000, actually.
And you didn't separate, actually, until December of 2001. Did you immediately close that account?
Actually, I received a phone call. It was a collection agency that I had owed this money. I had him, and I had filled out an affidavit, sent it to the company, stating that, you know, I was not responsible, I did not authorize it, I never signed anything for that phone.
But you could have proceeded further, sir. If he forged your name to documents to open up an account,
well, they
you
said
are not responsible.
They are holding me responsible.
Well, they can't hold you responsible, sir. If you wish to proceed with it criminally, they don't have to hold you responsible at all.
I have threatened him with that and told him that I would take it to the district attorney.
Well, listen, so do it.
He said that he, you know, he would pay it. And, you know, of course, I loved him, and I was stupid enough to believe him and give him chance after chance and, you know, putting me in harm's way continuously.
A year is a long chance, Mr. Stanger, so you didn't answer my question. Had they turned off that phone?
It was turned off, I guess, prior to when I found the bill and then when I received that phone call.
Now tell me about this loan that you claim, sir. What was it for?
Well, I loaned him monies to fix a vehicle that he had. So
When was that, Mr.
This was
Stenger?
earlier in the year. I forget the date that I put down.
It was April of this year, or of 2001.
You know, he was just lying to me. He never paid me back on it. You know, and plus...
How much did you give him?
It was actually $498, but I took off some of the amount because he had given me $35 or something. I didn't really keep track of that because there was just so many astronomical figures of how much he owes me. So I was just stupid for really putting up with this as long as I did.
Right. You were. Because if it was in April that you loaned him this money, that was after you found out about the telephone. Is that right?
I knew of the phone, yes, for a couple of years.
So you knew of the phone for a long time, and he hadn't paid you, according to you, any money on the phone. Is that right?
Right.
And yet you gave him more money. You know, for the time that you were together, this was like a marriage. That's what it was. And you anticipated that it would go on for a very long time. And that but for the fact that you separated for whatever reason, you wouldn't be here today.
Correct.
Now, is there anything you want to say?
Oh, yeah.
Do you listen at all?
Yeah, I listen.
What did I just say?
That if there hadn't been a problem with monies in the relationship, we wouldn't be here to begin with.
No, that's not what I said at all. You have to
wanna
listen
restate
carefully.
to me what it was you said?
I said, but for the fact that the relationship terminated, we would not be here today.
Oh, if we were still together.
Right.
Throughout the relationship, he threatened me, you owe me this, you owe me this, you owe me this. I didn't keep track of what it was that I had paid him. I did agree with him. I may owe you for past rents, but I pay for this, this, and this. I mean, in a relationship, are we keeping track here?
Well, then, since you choose to respond, Mr. Swanger, I'm going to ask you a few other questions, sir. Did there ever come a time when you sat down with the plaintiff and discussed what, in fact, you did owe him?
Oh, there were several times when it came to the point that he was trying to throw me out of the house and had everything I owed in the foyer.
Just a second.
Sure,
Mr.
there
Swanger,
was.
did there ever come a time when you came to a dollar figure?
Yes, there was.
And what was it that you agreed that you owed him?
It came up to over $5,000. It came up to like $8,000. But we also weren't taking into account the things that I had paid for as well either.
Oh, fine. All right. So, see if he.
I mean, when
do you understand?
when you're in a relationship
I hope
and you should
you all
have,
understand. Okay. So,
instead of
Mr.
paying
Swanger,
rent, shouldn't
pay
you take the
attention. You're
bills and
speaking.
meet
You're
them in
not
half?
listening. So there came a time when you sat down and you agreed that it was over $6,500, closer to $8,000, but he wasn't taking into account what monies you had in fact paid him. Now, what monies do you claim that you had in fact paid him? Give me a rough
I didn't
estimate.
keep a receipt of it.
Now, give
When
me
you're
a
in
rough.
relationship, what the
Mr.
heck do you need to
Swanger,
keep a receipt
listen.
of it for?
Don't speak. What amount do you believe that you had paid him towards the money that you owed him?
I couldn't say. I didn't
Well, I
keep
want you
an
to try.
account.
No, listen to me. I want you to try, sir. What amount, if you were to be very generous with yourself, what amount do you believe that you gave him towards the money that you now agreed that you owed him?
I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue.
Well, no,
All
I want
know
you to
is
have a
when
clue. I want you to have a clue, sir.
Stanger says ex-boyfriend Robbie Swanger owes for rent, bills, and loans. Robbie says he had no idea John was keeping a tab.
Now, you had some idea whether you did have an agreement that you would give him $500
I was paid
a month?
bi-weekly. There was times he would come up and he would get my whole paycheck. There were months when I would just pay bills and not give him $500. I mean, I wasn't keeping in account how much I had actually paid.
Were there months, Mr. Stanger, that the defendant paid some bills?
Yes,
The
there
answer-
were several months in between that, you know, he would pay and then months that he wouldn't pay. That's how we came up with the figure, and I figured it about a year's rent. There was no set date that it was absolutely 12 months consecutively. This is what we agreed upon and what we figured and what I figured. I didn't
he kept
write
track
it down.
of everything, but when I'd give him money, I didn't keep track of it.
Evidently didn't keep
when you're
track
married, you
because
don't
he
keep
doesn't
track
have
That
a
was my
register.
bad business for not writing everything
Well,
down
then,
at the
Mr.
time.
Stanger, you can't expect a court to resolve the issue of a dollar amount of money unless you come to me equipped with information. I don't make a calculated guess about how much he owes you.
He's written me 2 checks, and with these 2 checks in the memo, he even puts 1/3 payment, recognizing that he did owe me this money.
Well, let me see the checks. 1/3 payment of what?
1/3 payment towards all the monies that he's owed
Well, then
me
let
to
me
the
see.
$8,000.
Let me see.
Also, you know,
Sure, just a second. Let me see that.
there were
Maybe
checks
that's-
that were no good. I could not even cash them.
No, let me
He had
see what you
insufficient
have.
funds.
Let me see what you have.
He did it twice.
Just a second. Would you show this to the defendant, please?
He was trying to make good on something, but...
Remember writing that, sir?
Yes, I do.
All right, that seems to indicate, sir, that you had agreed on a specific amount of money, Mr. Swonger, that you did, in fact, owe the plaintiff.
And like I said, we had, but...
No, you didn't say that, sir.
Yes,
You
I
didn't
did.
say
I said
that.
we sat down and we actually... I sat down with him and we came to a dollar figure.
No, that's not
But
what
we
you
didn't
said,
take
Mr.
into-
Swonger.
yes,
What you
it was.
said
We
was
didn't
you
take
came
into
to a
account what
dollar
I had
figure.
already
Nobody
paid
speaks
him.
when I speak. You say that you came to a dollar figure, but that did not take into account the money that you had already given him. That's what you said. That's exactly what you said. You didn't say that you came to a dollar figure of what you owed. And then I said to you over and over again, well, what was it that you in fact gave him so I can deduct that from what you agreed that you owed him? And you said, I can't tell you. But here it is clear that you agreed that you owed him minimally the amount that he's suing for because you made certain payments.
But what about the monies
One-third
I
payment,
paid to him?
$2,000. But that check was no good?
No good.
But that's what you wrote. 1/3 payment, $2,000.
And do you know why that check was written? Because I came home and all my things were in the foyer of the house, and it was done under distress as to our relationship was built on money and
Your
not.
Honor, he
not-
was
Then you
having
wrote
an
another
affair,
check,
and I
sir,
had
a
I
month
had an
later.
affair. He's getting more rides and Greyhound.
Then you
than
wrote
I had an
another check,
affair.
sir, a month later for $2,000. Was that check cashed?
And stop payment.
You stopped payment on that
Exactly, he
check.
did.
So it's clear. It says something about balance, $6,000. And then you stopped payment on that. So was your furniture out in the hallway, sir, from September 21st, 2001 until October 2001?
It was back and forth. It was a
It was
roller
back and
coaster.
forth. Judgment for the plaintiff and the amount requested, $5,000. Thank you.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
The guy's like a doorknob. Everybody's had a turn. And when I did it back to him,
Takes a bad matter, makes it worse by going out and starting a new relationship with somebody else and expecting me to live with that with him. And I just wasn't going to happen.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Brown versus Torres. Step forward, please.
23-year-old air traffic controller Christine Brown is suing her former friend, 23-year-old independent contractor Jason Torres, for an unpaid loan to get his car out of the shop.
Ms. Brown, you claim a loan to the defendant in the amount of some $434.
Yes, Your Honor.
That loan, you say, was made so that he could get his car out of the repair shop. The defendant acknowledges that you gave him $434. Is that correct, sir?
yes,
And says it was a gift that you insisted upon giving him. That's your defense.
Yes.
Okay. How do you know each other, Ms. Brown?
We met about 4 years ago.
You were
We just
friends?
friends. And I trusted him. So on March 20th, when we were talking on the phone, he told me that he needed $400 to get his car out of the shop. And I told him the only way I would give him $400 was if he would pay me back that weekend because I didn't get paid for another week and a half and I only had $400 in my account. So he promised me that he would pay me back by Sunday, the whole $400.
What's the $34 for?
That's just a service charge for the Western Union.
Where was he living and where were you living?
He was living in North Hollywood, ma'am, and I was living on base in Lemoore, California.
You are in the armed forces?
Navy, yes, ma'am.
And he was supposed to pay you back on Sunday. Were you supposed to see him on that Sunday?
I was actually supposed to see him on Friday. We talked on the phone Thursday after I wired him the money. He told me he got it, and he told me that we were going to go out on Friday night, and he would have half of the money for me. So I called him Friday night, and he never answered his cell phone. He was never home. And I tried calling him Saturday. I went to his house. His family said he wasn't there. And Sunday came around. I went to his house again. I called him continuously on his cell phone. He never answered it, and he was never on his home. So I went back to the base, and I never heard from him again.
Mr. Torres, you tell me how this money was transferred to you, sir.
She wired me the money through Western Union
How did she know how much money you needed?
because I had told her when we were at dinner a
So
few
you were
nights
out at dinner.
before.
When?
Yes. I don't remember what night it was, but we had spoken on the phone. She came down and told me she wanted to see me.
She picked me up and we went to dinner.
And tell me about how the conversation came about this money that you needed for the car.
Well, she asked me where my car was, and I had explained to her that I had gotten in a car accident and that I would be getting my car out of impound. Not impound, out of the shop as soon as I had the rest of the amount, because my deductible was about $1,000, and I only had about $600 of that.
Okay, and what did she say to you?
She offered me the money.
What did she say?
She said, I can give you the money.
And what did you say?
I said, thank you, but no thank you. And then she insisted that
But what did she say?
She said, I insist that you take the money. I would like to help.
Okay, and you said?
I said, no.
And she said?
Later on, towards the end of the dinner, she brought it up again and said that I should swallow my pride and not be too ashamed to accept help from a friend.
Okay, and you said?
And I thought about it and I said, okay.
All right, so she went back, she drew out the money, and she wired you the money.
Yes.
Now, did you have an appointment to meet with her that Friday evening?
No, I didn't.
Did you have any contact with her again at all?
No, I didn't.
Why not?
I had tried to get a hold of her.
How?
Calling her.
When did you try to call her?
I tried calling her after I had received the money.
And you couldn't get her?
No, I couldn't.
Well, where did you try to call her, at the base?
I tried calling her at home.
And did you get an answering machine?
No, I did not.
How many times did you call her?
I tried calling 3 times that evening.
You mean to say thank you for the money?
Yes.
And you couldn't reach her?
No, I couldn't.
And when did you try again to reach her?
I tried the following day.
After March 21st, when did you contact her?
I hadn't tried for about another week or so.
Yeah?
And I tried again, and once again, I could not reach her.
And then you just stopped calling?
Yeah.
Why?
I hadn't heard from her, and so I figured I'd let her call me.
But she was the one who sent you $400.
Yes, she was.
So, you mean after you got the money, you never spoke to her?
No, I didn't. I had tried to get a hold of her to speak to her, but I was unable to.
You had her home address?
Yes, her home address? No,
Yes.
I did not.
You know how to contact her at home?
Just through that telephone number.
You don't have her address? You don't know what the base that she stays on?
No, I knew it was somewhere up in the morning. It was the first time I had spoken to her in quite some time. She called me up to ask if I'd like to do something. She came down, picked me up, and we got into this conversation. And that's how this came to be.
Ma'am, that is true. After a long time, I did call him to see if he wanted to hang out, and that was Tuesday night. Wednesday night was when we talked on the phone. He never mentioned anything at dinner about anything about his car needing $400. It was on the phone that we discussed it. And I told him that I needed it by Sunday, and we did make plans on Friday night to go out.
No, we didn't.
He is lying about that.
No, I'm not.
Now, Mr. Torres, how long were you saving? How much longer did you think you would have to save up in order to get your car out of impound?
Probably another week or two. Not impound, repair shop.
Repair shop. So you had the $600 already?
Yes.
And you needed just another week or so to put together the other $400?
Yes. It's because I was using my car for work at the time.
Okay.
And so I wasn't able
So
to
I
make
would
money.
assume that another week or so went by and you had the additional $400. Is
Yes.
that right? So why didn't you wire her the money back?
I didn't have an address to wire to her. I tried to get a hold of her on the telephone, and I could not.
Did you try to get her on the phone, say a week or so later, to tell her that you now had the money together?
Yes, I did.
So that you planned on paying her back?
Yes, I did.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $434. I thought we'd get there. Thank you.
Parties are excused. Number 466 on the calendar in the matter of Lacey versus Marshall. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated, sir. Have a seat.
Miss Lacey, according to your complaint, you were at a bar or a club with some friends. Somebody by the name of Malcolm got into a confrontation with some other people, and you offered to give Malcolm a ride home.
Yes.
Got out into the parking lot, there was an altercation, and you say that the defendant is responsible for vandalism of your car that occurred during this altercation.
Yes.
Is this Malcolm?
Yes.
Perfect. Step up. What date did this happen?
September 29th of 2001.
And who did you go to the club with?
I went with Malcolm and also another student named Tom.
3 of you went in your car?
Yes.
And what happened with Malcolm in the club?
I did not witness anything that happened in the club.
What happened, Malcolm, in the club?
Nothing happened in the club. Everything happened as the club was letting out.
Well, what happened as the club was letting out?
Well, I was leaving. I had seen a female, whatever. She was attractive, so.
Stand up straight. And talk to me directly.
All right.
You saw a female that looked attractive.
Yeah, so I approached her or whatever, and I guess it must have been one of the defendant's friends, girlfriend or something.
What did you say to her?
Well, I just said, what's up, you know what I'm saying?
A Valentine.
Nah, I just said, what's up, you know, stop, talk to her, you know. And I guess that was her boyfriend. He just went through this whole episode of outrageous.
What did he say?
He didn't say really much. It was just like, ooh, he made some faces and like he was really mad or whatever, you know. So I had left it at that or whatever. And we had went on to the car and.
Okay. What time had you arrived at the club that evening?
It
Don't
was
look at her. You tell me.
Around 11 or 12 or something.
And what time did you all leave?
I think the club let out probably 3 or 4.
They serve alcohol at this club?
They do.
And when you went out to the car, where were you seated in the car?
I was in the front passenger seat.
Now tell me what happened next.
There was a police block up ahead, so all the cars were basically at a halt.
It was
a police block. Like the police were searching the cars as they were leaving the area of the club. And I seen the defendant and some of his friends leaning against the car. The defendant...
Leaning against which car?
It was a gold car.
Not your car?
No, not my car.
Okay.
No, that's a lie.
I'll go get to you, okay? Go ahead.
The defendant pointed at Malcolm, and after that, another guy came through my sunroof and began to hit and kick Malcolm. Was about 4 other guys, including the defendant, came through the passenger side window and was hitting and kicking Malcolm also.
How could 4 people come through the window?
They were through the 2 passenger side windows because there was also another guy in the back, and they were hitting on him too.
So somebody else came through the sunroof?
Yes.
Was it the defendant?
No, it wasn't the defendant.
Go ahead, let me hear.
I got out of the car frantically. I got back inside of the car, and I got ready to pull off, and the other student was pulled out the back window, and they began hitting him.
You mean the one in the back seat?
Yes. I drove forward, and police were about 500 feet ahead. We spoke with an officer. They went looking. They didn't find anybody, so they told us to go down to the police station and fill out a report. I have the report, and I also have pictures and an estimate.
Now, of all the people that were involved in coming over to your car, how many of them did you know by name?
I knew 2 by name.
Which 2?
Melvin and also another student named Marco.
What did Marco do?
He was the one that came through my sunroof.
What damage was done to the car?
It was about 7 dents. 3 on the passenger side, 3 on the roof of my car, and then 1 on the trunk.
Do you know what damage the defendant caused to your car?
Yes.
What damage?
There were dents on the side, on the passenger side where he was, and also there were dents on the trunk.
No, that's a lie. She keep telling such lies on me. I can't.
You have to, because it's not your turn.
Go ahead.
When it comes to your turn, you can speak. Okay? Malcolm!
Yes.
Did you throw a liquor bottle out the car window?
Yes, I did.
You know how I knew that? I looked in my crystal ball. What kind of liquor bottle did you throw out of the car window, Malcolm?
It was a fifth of Hennessy.
Is there any reason why you threw it out of the car window?
Yeah, because I believe it was this gentleman. They went, once him and his friends or whatever, they approached the car, whatever, they were telling me to get out or whatever. I wasn't getting out, and one of them swung, you know what I'm saying? And I hit the fifth, so I threw it out there, you know.
So you threw out the bottle of Hennessy, and they were actually standing right near the car?
No, I threw it out after one of the men had swung at me.
Well, you were sitting in the car.
Yeah.
So he must have been close enough to swing at you.
Yeah.
And in response, you threw the bottle out of the car?
Yes.
Monique Lacey says during a fight in a nightclub parking lot, Melvin Marshall damaged her car. Melvin says Monique's friend threw a bottle of Hennessy at him.
All right, Mr. Marshall. Now, see, because patient people always get rewarded, Mr. Marshall, I want to hear your version of the events.
Okay, we were at the club one Saturday night. The defendant was hollering at my homeboys.
Now listen to me. I want you to speak slowly, speak clearly, so that I can understand you. And I want to tell you, I'm going to give you a clue. I'm older than 21, but I don't always get the vernacular, the language. So I don't understand homeboy. I understand friend, buddy. All right?
Right.
And I know you can do it.
Well, He was hollering at my buddies.
He was what?
He was talking to my buddy's girlfriend.
Yes!
Yeah.
See, you made it so that we could understand each other. Go.
He was talking to my buddy's girl at the club, right? My buddy didn't like it, so he got upset. So he was talking to him. I guess they got into a confrontation, argument outside the club. The club was over with. It just let out. Monique, plaintiff, she left the club. I guess they had a roadblock or something up the street. So they came back through. When they came,
What do you mean they came back through?
I mean, they had to, I guess she didn't have license or insurance, so she couldn't get through. I don't know.
Whatever. So she went
Yeah.
out.
Your Honor, that's not true.
Just a second. So she went out and then they came back?
Yeah, they came back.
Okay.
When they came back, plaintiff was running off at the mouth, calling me.
Who, the plaintiff was?
I mean,
She was?
Malcolm.
Malcolm isn't the plaintiff. Malcolm was a witness.
Oh, the witness.
Okay, he was running off
at the mouth, calling.
At you?
Using profane language.
At you?
At all of us.
At all. I believe that.
He was. You want me to tell you what he said?
Yes.
He called. You ain't no good, and all that, you know. So I took it personally.
This Malcolm?
This Malcolm.
That's not true.
This Malcolm.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay.
Sure
so
it is.
When they came back through, he threw a bottle.
He threw a bottle?
He threw a bottle. I wasn't involved in the confrontation that he had with my buddy. I wasn't involved in it. But when he threw the bottle, it hit me. Basically, that was it.
No. We haven't got to the car yet. So
That
what
was
happened?
it. He,
Just a second. Look at me.
She pulled up in the car, right? Okay.
Okay, he throws the bottle.
He throws
now,
the bottle.
And hits you. Now you're involved.
I'm involved. Yeah.
What was the next thing that happened?
Punches were thrown.
How were punches thrown?
I guess he got in an argument with my buddy, right? So I
Now,
guess
somebody had to approach the car. Who
Huh?
approached the car?
my buddy approached the car.
And what about you?
I was standing next to him.
So you approached the car too?
Yeah.
I don't want to have to play guessing games with you. You and your buddy approached the car.
Yeah.
Did you try to hit him?
No, ma'am.
What were you doing at the car?
I approached the car because my buddy, they were having another conversation, talking to each other, you know.
Who dragged the passenger in the rear out of the car?
Who dragged him out?
Yeah.
I don't know who dragged him out.
Well, you were with a bunch of people.
It was so many people out there, Your Honor. It was about 10 or 15 people.
It wasn't you who jumped on the top of the car, is that right?
No, ma'am.
According to you, somebody also spilled liquid in the car, is that
Yes.
right? That was the person who was on the sunroof.
Yes.
You have damages for that too?
Yes.
That wasn't me, Your Honor.
Just a second.
No, alcohol was thrown from the passenger side. It didn't come in through the sunroof. It was thrown in from the passenger side, and it hit the roof as it was thrown in from the passenger side.
You didn't see who did that?
No.
Okay. So you have damages to your car, let's say, in the amount of $1,632.
It's actually $1,362, and I have 3 estimates here. And that's the lowest
$1,362.
estimate.
Let me ask you this question. Any of the damage to your car have to do with the sunroof?
Yes.
Why are you charging him for that?
Because he was one of the people that caused altercation.
What about him?
He was also involved too, but they were the ones that actually started the whole thing.
Well, don't you think he started a little bit of it by throwing a bottle of Hennessy out your window?
No, that was not what happened. The whole altercation started when I was stopped. They seen that he was in my car, and after they seen that he was in my car, that was when they started hitting him. He did not throw the bottle first.
That's not true.
Really? You remember exactly when he threw the bottle?
He threw the bottle after they started hitting him because his feet were hanging out the window. He was trying to kick them as they were hitting him.
His feet were sticking out the window?
Yes.
Was he pretty drunk?
I'm not sure.
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't see him inside of the club.
They were drinking
He didn't
Hennessy,
seem
you
like
know.
he was inside.
Well, he walked out with a bottle of Hennessy.
I was not drunk.
They were still drinking when the altercation happened, Your Honor.
That's a lie, Your Honor.
Of course they were. That's why, what do you think he brought the bottle of Hennessy outside for?
Thank you, ma'am.
We had it before we went to the club. It was in the car, and we went into the club.
Oh, so you were drinking in the car?
No. The bottle was from we were at a previous person's house before we went to the club, and that was where the bottle was from.
Where had it been stashed while you were in the club?
In the car.
Where in the car?
In the...
It was in the trunk.
So I want to know how your friend Malcolm over here got the bottle in the front passenger seat.
He got it out as we were leaving.
You got a quick answer. That's not the way things go. If he was going to take the bottle of Hennessy, he would have gotten in the car. There was an altercation. You want to get in the car and get out as fast as you can. You don't go in the trunk of the car to get out a bottle. And
No, he had got it out before the altercation. As we were coming to the car, he got the bottle out then because he was taking it back with him to his room. It was his bottle.
Of course, but you do that when you get home. Not if you've just had words inside a club. That doesn't make sense to me.
It was outside the club, man. It wasn't like we could just leave right then and there because there was so many cars and one way out. So I had got the bottle out, poured me a little something.
In the car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just said they wasn't drinking, y'all.
I know he did.
I ain't say I wasn't drinking. I ain't say I wasn't drinking.
I asked if you were drinking in the car.
I wasn't drinking yet.
You said you just took a sit out and poured yourself a little something.
Yeah. I poured some. I didn't even get a chance to drink none.
Well, what'd you pour it in?
Huh?
What'd you pour it in?
In cups. Cups that I had before when we left the house.
You took it out of the trunk, and in the trunk you also had some glasses for it.
Yeah, the same cup I had when we left our friend's house.
And so you were pouring it into the cup.
Yeah.
And before you got a chance to drink it, people assaulted you.
Yes.
So that the liquid that you had in the cup must have gotten all over the car.
I threw all that out when I threw the bottle, the cup. When they got to swinging, I threw it all out.
Before or after you put your feet out of the window?
When they came, approached, started swinging and stuff, I threw the bottle in the cup. They came back, and that's when I put it out, because I leaned to the side over, like, really. My face was over towards her side of the car, whatever, and that's when I was kicking out the window.
Mm-hmm. You remember all this clear as a bell?
Yes, I remember this.
Oh.
And he been drinking.
Okay, listen. Mr. Marshall, you'd been drinking too, sir.
But see,
You've been drinking too, sir, is
Yes,
that
ma'am.
right? Okay. So, some of the damage that got done to the car was done perhaps by Mr. Marshall, but not all of it. He's not going to be responsible for all of it.
He in fact was the leader of the whole thing. No, he was the person who pointed at him inside of my car.
So what?
He caused the whole thing, basically.
I don't think
Since he pointed, he showed them where Mr. Johnson was.
So he has to be responsible for part of this damage, but you certainly know some of the other people, and you know the rest of them, right?
I know some of them, y'all.
Good, perfect. We know one of them's name is Marco, because that's somebody that you know who you can sue, right?
Yes.
That's one. And the person who was on the roof of the car, who was that?
I don't know. I was drinking, y'all.
This is going to get you off the hook, Mr. Marshall, for some money.
Names, one of them was Jason.
Jason what?
Huh?
Jason what?
Jason what?
Where do you know him from?
I know him from where I'm from.
You work with him? Do you know
No,
him
I
from
don't
school?
work with him. Just know him.
Just know him?
Just know him.
You know a Jason?
No.
Who else?
Another one was Sylvester. That was the one that he got into it with.
Oh, Sylvester. That's who we want to know. What's Sylvester's last name?
Excuse me, ma'am, he is lying because I spoke with the officer who was there on the point, and he gave me a couple of the other names. I don't know them, but the officer was a person that was from Tuskegee, and he knew a couple of their grandmothers. He knew their first and last names, and Jason wasn't mentioned. I have a police report with names on there.
Stay there.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. I don't do much, but...
That's not true.
There was about 10 or 15 people, y'all.
You know somebody by the name of Jeter?
I know him, yeah.
Jeter have a last name?
That's his last name.
His last name is Jeter?
Yeah.
What about Tommy?
No, I don't know that.
Chris?
I don't know Chris.
Did the person who you got into the fight with in the club about the girlfriend, was he one of the people out of the car?
I didn't get into it with anyone in the club.
I don't mean fight, I mean an argument.
I'm
verbal.
saying I didn't get into it with anyone in the club.
Verbal altercation. On the way outside of the club.
Yes, he was out there.
What did he do?
He was swinging and, swinging at me and everything.
He was swinging at you?
Yeah.
Where was he standing with relation to where he was standing?
From what I remember, they were on the side, like on the passenger side, right there.
Let me see the estimates for your car, please.
And I also have a lease for the car because the car is on a lease agreement.
The windshield glass was broken?
Yes.
Who broke the windshield glass?
That happened as I was pulling out.
Well, how did that happen?
I'm not sure, Your Honor.
They were drunk, young.
Who was drunk?
Both of them.
Ma'am, I was the designated driver for the night, so I had no alcohol in my system.
I don't think she was drunk, sir, and you don't even know that, so why would you say that?
I saw her with a cup, young.
That doesn't mean she was drunk.
She was drinking.
It doesn't mean she was drunk. She didn't start up with you. All you guys were the ones who caused the trouble. That testosterone out there, 3 o'clock in the morning. Well, I tell you this, Mr. Marshall. We know one other person's name, and that's Marco. And if he was jumping up and down on the hood of the car, may have also scratched or cracked the windshields. That's a possibility.
What he told another person was that it was not his fault and I shouldn't have had, excuse my French, his in my car in the first place.
Well, then I think you have to sue him.
I'm pressing charges.
Good. Because Mr. Marshall here, I mean, he knows Sylvester, he knows Jason, so he's going to have to go after them for his half of this damage. And I'm going to give you half of what it's going to cost to fix your car. You go after.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Flamini versus Warner. Step forward, please.
18-year-old telemarketer Makil Flamini is suing former landlord, 54-year-old homemaker Carol Warner, for return of rent. Makil says Carol's compulsive behavior caused her to move.
Miss Flamini, you rented a room in the defendant's home. According to your complaint, you lived there for 1 day. Things were so intolerable, you moved out and you want your rent back.
Correct.
It's Miss Warner's contention that you had no basis to leave and she's not returning any of your money. So I have a few basic questions.
Okay.
How did you find the room to rent?
I met Carol through a friend of mine from school, and he introduced me to her, and I went over to her house. And when I first came into the house, I was like, I can't live here. But then I met her, and I really like Carol. I still really do.
All right. You met her through a friend.
Right.
You went to her house. According to you, the house was a mess.
Right. I have a picture.
The rent was $489 a month, according to your complaint.
Yes.
Plus doing some cleanup for her.
Right.
Okay. You have some photographs?
I have, a photograph of, you can see in the background what it kind of was like.
I can see everything. Okay. Very good. So you got to the house, and?
And later that night, it was Halloween, it was October 31st, we agreed on the phone that I would come back that night and we would start cleaning up the house. So I got back there and I tried to clean up. Like, I would pick up paper towel off the ground and throw it away, and she'd be like, no, you can't throw that away. I use that to clean the floor. And she'd make me wash my hands every time I touched a dirty dish. There was a piece of paper with the number 3 on it and like scribbles, and I crumpled it up to throw away, and she's like, you can't throw that away, that goes on this pile. And it was just, she wouldn't let me clean, and that was, our verbal agreement was I would live with her and help her clean up her house if she let me stay there.
Okay. Did you move in on the 31st of October?
I never moved anything in. I just stayed there to clean.
That night?
I stayed that night, yes.
Okay. And did you leave November 1st?
Yes.
Now, Miss Warner. Miss Warner.
I'm listening. I'm just surprised at her statement.
Okay. Had you previously, immediately previous to the plaintiff moving in with you, had you had a roommate?
I don't think so.
What do you mean you don't think so?
No, I did not.
The answer is you did not have a roommate.
Correct.
When was the last time you had a roommate?
Oh, maybe 6 months before then.
And she lived there for 1 day?
I think it was actually 2 days. Because the day that she came...
The day that she came was October 31st, which was the day she gave you the
she
check.
came the day before, Your Honor, with her friend, to look at the place and see if it was okay for her to live in.
But then she came and she slept there on October 31st.
Correct.
Correct?
Yes.
And she left November 1st.
I'm not sure of that either.
Well, if you're not sure, she said she was there 1 day, so I have to assume she's correct. So my question to you, Miss Warner, is if it didn't work out, and you certainly didn't turn away any other boarders, why don't you give her back a $489?
Because I did turn away other people, Your Honor.
When did you turn people away?
Actually on the 30th, when she said, okay, I'm going to go to the bank with my friend, and she opened an account in order to use a West Hollywood address and to establish residence, as she herself said.
So what different? I don't know what you're talking about, Miss Warner.
Answer.
All right, now we're talking a couple of months later. Do you have a roommate?
No, I do not.
Right. You have to give her back her money.
Why is that?
I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
I don't want to go into all the reasons she says your house was a mess. Evidently, this was a young lady who wanted very badly to rent a room in your house because, according to both of you, she ran out and she said, no, I want to give you the check today because I really want this room.
Correct.
Right?
Yes.
So there had to be a very good reason why, after 1 day, of living with you, she said, this is not going to work.
Why don't you ask her what the reason is?
If you want me to, Miss Warner.
I'll ask her.
No, you don't have to ask her. I'll ask her. I asked the questions.
Okay, sorry.
I was trying to save you embarrassment.
I'm not embarrassed in the slightest, but she saw the home before she moved in.
Go ahead.
Well, she wouldn't let me clean. I couldn't even, the bed that she had the room for me, I couldn't take her papers off the bed. I had to actually sleep on the side of the bed. I woke up to Carol staring at me. She was sitting in a chair staring at me. And I was uneasy, and I was like, I cannot live here. I just could not live in that situation.
Why was it such a mess?
It's not such a mess. It's totally, she's just supposed to help me with my dishes.
Were there papers all over the bed that you were sleeping on?
No.
Did you go into her room and were you sitting in her room at some point?
No, that's a total lie. She just, all she did was change her mind about wanting to live there, and then the lie
Why
happened.
do you think, Miss Warner, she changed her mind within a 24-hour period?
Probably because she found a place that she could rent at a pretty good price, and she wanted her own place.
Miss Warner, you are mistaken. I find that you have suffered absolutely no financial damage as a result of her not living there. You didn't turn away other prospective boarders. I don't believe that you turned away other prospective boarders because it's months later and you still don't have a boarder in your house. You look like two very nice young ladies, but you can't keep the $489, madam. It's outrageous.
If she had rented somewhere else, like actually rented a home, that landlord wouldn't give her money back just because she changed her mind the same day.
I didn't. Madam.
Or the day later.
I believe her when she says that living in your home, that you are a clutter collector.
It's not true.
I believe that you are a clutter collector and that circumstances in your home for that brief period that she lived there made her believe that her life in your home was going to be untenable.
She decided she wanted to live on her own, and she saw the place before she moved in. She decided to live there.
She didn't live with you for 24 hours. Judgment for the plaintiff
Carol.
and the amount of...
Calendar in the matter of Walentine versus Tomaselli. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
Mr. Walentine, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you at a party, causing you physical injury. You had substantial dental bills. You still have some work that has to be done. You want to be compensated for the assault. Mr. Tomaselli says that you started it, he finished it, and you were unruly. You touched him first, and he acted in self-defense. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. What is your name?
Amber Trill.
This is the lovely Amber. Sit down, Amber. I'm not with you yet, but I will be. When did this happen, Mr. Walentine?
If I could recall the exact date, it would be
The questions
April
are going to
3rd.
get harder. Listen to me, Mr. Walentine. The questions are going to get harder. The date should be something that's fixed in your memory.
The night of April 3rd, 2004.
See, we're not going to play with each other. The only one that has a good time here is me. And you and the lovely Miss Amber were at a party together?
Yes.
Whose party was it?
Kind of my party, a going away party.
Going from where to where, Mr. Walentine?
I am from New Mexico, so I was visiting. I do live in Seattle right now.
And in whose house was the party?
It was kind of an office building that they renovated into a music venue.
And how did Amber get to the party?
On her own, driving.
You don't know how she got there?
No.
Was she a friend of yours before April 3rd of 2004?
Yeah, we've known each other for about 3 years.
But you did not know Mr. Tomaselli?
I did not know.
All right, so give me your version, please, of what happened on the evening of April 3rd.
It was going well. The music was going. I did notice Ed and his friends hanging out at the party earlier. I didn't.
Mr. Walentine,
I'm sorry.
could you try to focus on me, sir? Focus on me. Not up in the air, not in the heavens, not at your shoes. Try to focus on me. So when you're thinking, you can think and look at me at the same time.
Okay.
Okay.
To my left, Amber was standing in the corner, talking with some friends. We gave each other a hug. We ended up talking for about another 5 minutes. Finished, continuing going into the hallway where Ed was standing. She said, "Oh, hi, Ed. This is my friend PJ." "Hi, Ed." And instead of extending his hand out to greet me, he just cocked back and punched me in the face. And at that point, I started bleeding. I stepped back and exited, went to my car because I'm bleeding. I didn't want to fight. I just went, it's my party.
How come you didn't call the police?
Because he had left already. Sure, I could call.
How do you know he left already if you went to your car?
Because Amber dragged him out, and I noticed this while I was leaving.
Okay, Mr. Tomaselli, now let's hear your version of the events.
On this night, I'd gone to the party. I was with my friends.
How did you get to the party?
I had taken Amber out for a couple of cocktails earlier, and while we were having cocktails, I don't drink, but Miss Triolo was. She said she was going to a party she was going to bartend at. Would you like to go? I said, sure. We were going to hook up, go to this party, hopefully go home later to my house. Maybe not. We weren't an item at that time.
Could we, listen, I'm not interested in the potential romance.
Okay, but this is how I got...
I'm just interested in how you got this. So you knew her before.
Yes, Your Honor.
How long had you known Amber?
About a year and a half.
Had you dated?
Yes, Your Honor.
You dated exclusively or just off and on?
Off and on.
All right. So you saw her on the evening of April 3rd, you had a couple of drinks with her, and then she invited you to come to this party.
I did not drink, Your Honor. I don't drink. I haven't drank in years. I'm a wrestler, athlete, professional athlete.
Okay.
I didn't drink. So I went to this party. Amber was already there. We were standing in a circle.
Who was we?
Me, my friends, and Amber.
Could you look at me when...
Mr. Wallentyne came in from outside, started snuggling up next to Amber. Amber introduced us all. I said, that's messed up, because they were snuggling. I thought I was going to be with Amber, so I walked away. When I was walking away, Mr. Wallentyne came up behind me, pursued me down this hallway, and said, what's up, dog? Okay, he did not put his hand out. He had his hand clenched. He reached out to me. Through my experience...
How did you see that, sir, if you were walking away and he was behind you?
I was in the hallway where I turned around to see what was going on. I walked through the hallway. There was a lot of people. I turned around to see where my buddies were, and Mr. Wallentyne was behind me.
Yes.
He put his hand on my shoulder, said, what's up, dog?
How did he put his hand on your shoulder?
Reached out towards me.
Touched your shoulder?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
At that time, I turned around and said, I'm not your dog. And yes, I did hit him. Through my experience and expertise, I know when someone comes up behind you and says, what's up, dog, he has bad intentions. A man this size has the potential of hurting me, someone my size, very badly.
All right, Amber. Front and center. You and Mrs. Tomaselli were out earlier that evening?
Yes.
Mr. Tomaselli did not drink?
No.
You got to the party? You went with him?
No.
You went in your own car?
I believe so, yes.
Try getting it more specific than that. Did
Yeah,
you go in
I
your own
drove.
car or did you go with Mr. Tomaselli?
No, I drove.
So you met there?
Yes.
Why do I feel as if I'm telling the story by myself? These are not trick questions. They may get harder, but right now they're not trick questions, Amber. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You were present at the time that Mr. Wallentyne was struck in the mouth?
Yes.
Tell me how that happened. Try looking at me when you tell me how that happened.
We were talking, Patrick and I, and Mr. Tomaselli walked up and I said, hey Ed, how's it going? You know, I gave him a hug, told him hi. And I introduced him to PJ, and instead of them meeting each other, he just socked him in the face.
Why would he do that?
Jealousy.
He wasn't drunk or anything, right?
No.
He was clearly angry because he said, hey, that's messed up. Right, Mr. Tomaselli?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, who are you?
My name's Kyle McElroy.
Kyle, you were there that day.
I was there that evening.
Good. And I know that you're dying to tell me your version of these events, aren't you, Kyle?
I can't wait.
Well, then just step up here, Kyle. Kyle, how old are you?
I'm 21.
How long have you known Mr. Tomaselli?
I knew none of the parties that night.
How'd you get to this party?
Through a friend of mine. It's a Wednesday night kegger that, as far as I knew, it was like a deal that they had every Wednesday.
Wednesday night, the West Wing is on. Why would anybody want to go to a kegger?
So, would you like me to tell
I
my story?
would.
Okay. Like he said, we were standing there talking. Amber, we were sitting there talking to Amber. This guy walked up. We were introduced. We were standing there. Then Ed got, frustrated, decided to...
Just a minute. I'm going to ask you to speculate. Why did Ed get frustrated?
Well, like you say, the girl he thought he was coming to meet at the party was...
Canoodling.
So...
With somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I saw Ed walking away. The guy kind of came up behind him and kind of turned his shoulder. What's up, dog? Ed said, I'm not your dog.
Well, you just did something. You said, "What's up, dog?" And then you did something like extend your hand.
But kind of, yeah, well.
What does that mean?
Well, like I said.
Touched him on his shoulder, right?
Yeah. Ed took it as a threat, obviously. Punched the guy.
Sit down.
Thank you.
You too. Mr. Tomaselli, you're clearly a very powerful young man. You are proficient in the martial arts.
Yes, Your Honor.
One of the things that they teach you, because I know I have grandchildren who take these martial art classes, is you're supposed to be able to control yourself, Mr. Tomaselli, right?
Yes,
it's all
Your Honor.
about control, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I don't think you controlled yourself well that night, Mr. Tomaselli. I think you got very angry. You can't even make an excuse that you had something to drink, but you hurt him badly. And there was no aggression on his part, not even according to your witness. He was probably stupid drunk, but you know, he's just sort of a big goof. Mr. Tomaselli, I want you to trust me. He's really just sort of a big goof.
If you say so, Your Honor.
Well, Mr. Tomaselli, he didn't come up behind you, spin you around, and punch you. He came up, put his hand on you, and said to you, "What's up, dog?" Now, I don't know what that means, and I may be out of things. You know, my children are older than Officer Bird's children. Do you know what "what's up, dog" means? What does it mean?
How you doing, man?
How you doing? That's what it would seem to me to mean. What's up, dog? It's not necessarily a term of endearment, but it's not, you know, choose your weapons. We're going to, you know, we're going to joust.
Not from my mouth, at least.
Oh, you're just a big doughboy. He's, you know, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Not a bad guy. Let me see your dental bills, Mr. Valentine.
The first occurred is for the infection. I got all puffed up and in pain. I couldn't sleep for 3 days, and
you're right.
That I had to get antibiotics, painkillers, so I could finally sleep and go back to work.
Which tooth was it? The tooth that's missing?
Yeah.
That one? You need an implant there?
I still need to get my implant.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
Where did you pick Mr. Holloway up?
Commerce Casino.
Who else was with him?
2 other gentlemen, like young, like 2 20-year-olds or something like that.
Maybe that's what you were fighting with your fiancé about.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Patrick Wallentine says fellow partygoer Ed Tomaselli punched him in the mouth. Ed says Patrick was too friendly with his date.
What do you do for a living?
I do a lot of things, but right now
What you just said, what's your favorite thing?
My favorite?
Yeah. You know, you do a lot of things, so tell me what your favorite,
My
what
favorite
your fave is.
is to sing and host people, kind of like parties.
This is so painful.
That's my favorite thing. But right now, I do have a painting business and a construction business that I work for. So but I can do anything.
Can't put in an implant.
I can't.
See what I mean? Mr. Tomaselli.
Yes, Your Honor.
Harmless. You misjudged his intent. Put your hand down.
Sorry.
All right? He's a lover, not a fighter. Do you know what I mean? He didn't want to hurt you. And you overreacted because you were angry. And you have to pay for that. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Ed didn't tell the truth. I did not touch him.
It was a tombstone, flying ruckus, left.
I fell back, and that's all, and I walked out.
Went down like everybody.
Maybe he's been choked a couple times, can't really remember it quite straight.
When they step up to the plate, like Hank Aaron, they just knock him out of the park.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Soyak versus Holloway. Step forward, please.
Limousine driver James Soyak is suing former client, business owner Tim Holloway, for an unpaid hotel bill. James says Tim is a scammer.
Mr. Holloway, how old are you, sir?
33.
What kind of work do you do, sir?
I have a maintenance company.
How long have you had it?
My dad had it since '59. I took it over about 3 years ago.
He's no longer involved in the business.
Sometimes, yeah.
So he still goes into the office
Correct.
on a daily basis?
2 or 3 times a week.
Are you making this up as we're going along, sir?
No.
Are you trying to give me accurate answers? Because you never can tell why I'm asking you these questions.
Correct.
Now, do you live alone or do you live with someone else?
I live with my fiance.
Did you move into her place or did you move in someplace together?
Together.
When?
2 years ago.
What's the address?
North Wilson.
How large an apartment is it?
It's a condo. 2 bedrooms, 2 baths.
Are you renting or did you buy it?
We're renting that.
Are you both on the lease?
Yes.
I love this, like shooting fish in a barrel. Now, Mr. Soyak, you drive a limousine.
Yes, ma'am.
And your complaint is that you drove Mr. Holloway in your limousine to a casino, hotel.
Yes.
And he told you that he'd forgotten his wallet and he needed a hotel room. So you agreed to put the hotel room on your credit card.
Yes, ma'am.
That's not true.
He used the room and then stiffed you for the reimbursement.
I rented 2 rooms for him, $99 each.
In addition, he didn't have his wallet, so he said he needed some money. You gave him cash. He gave you a check
Yes, ma'am.
for $300. The check bounced.
Yes.
That's
So-
not true.
What's not true, sir?
The room. Now the check.
Let's talk about the check.
Okay.
Let me hear.
I gave him a check. Me and my fiance was having problems at the house. I couldn't get to what I need to get to the bank. I owe him for the $300, but the hotel room, it never happened.
Now, okay. Now, Mr. Holloway, your last paragraph of your answer, which you swore to, sir, says, I did give him a check for $300, which was returned. I explained that I had just moved and was having problems with my bank account.
I did just move.
No, just a second. I explained that I had just moved.
Same thing I just said. I
No,
was
no,
having
no.
problems
That's
with
not, Mr. Holloway, let me understand something, sir. No more than 5 minutes ago, I said to you, where do you live? You gave me the address. Who
Right.
do you live with? I live with my fiance. How long have you lived there in the condo? 2 years. Did you sign a lease? Yes.
That's what I said. But I just moved. If we was having problems, evidently I had to leave because we was having problems. So I did leave. Now now we reconciled. That's one thing. But I did leave. So what I told you is the truth.
Can I see the bills for the 2 rooms, please? Mr. Soyak, how long have you been driving a limousine?
10 years.
Okay. You ever had this kind of trouble?
Never.
Mr. Soyak, let me explain something to you. Don't be an idiot. You don't take out your credit card, allow somebody to put money on your credit card. You don't take checks
Yes,
from people
ma'am.
you don't
You're
know.
absolutely right. Now,
Good.
it'll never
Can I have
happen
it,
again.
please? The rooms you rented for $99, but he certainly did a lot more damage than the $99.
He drank everything in the bar. Plus movies, plus phone calls.
I never went in the room.
Okay. You owe him a whole bunch of money, sir. You owe him for these 2 hotel rooms. Who else was with you? Who else was with him, Mr. Soyak?
He found a couple of young gentlemen. They were walking the street while we were in Old Town Pasadena. And he claimed he's a music producer. And I don't know how he knew these guys can sing, but he made friends with them and invited them later to be picked up in the car. And we drove them also to the Commerce Casino. He didn't want the other two men to sleep in the same room as him, so he wanted me to get a separate room for them.
That's a lie. That never happened.
It's not a lie because I have my witnesses
Mr. Holloway,
here.
Mr. Holloway.
I have my witnesses here. My other driver that picked him up Sunday.
So you dropped him off and somebody else picked him up?
Yes.
Who picked him up?
Richard, he's my co-driver.
Step up, sir. Your last name?
Thompson.
Where did you pick Mr. Holloway up?
Commerce Casino.
Who else was with him?
2 other gentlemen, like young, like 2 20-year-olds or something like that.
Maybe that's what you were fighting with your fiancé about. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,113. That's all. Step out.
Thank you.
It's case number 553 on the calendar in the matter of Doss versus Trouser.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks have a seat.
Miss Doss, would you take that off the bench, please? Put him on the floor. Ms. Dawson, this is your aunt and uncle?
Yes.
And your complaint alleges that they allowed their dog to be off-leash and in a situation that frightened you, which caused you to jump up on the hood of your car to escape the dog, causing damage to your car. You want them to be responsible for the damage to your car.
Yes.
Their defense is sort of that you overreacted to the puppy. Okay. Now, what kind of puppy do you have?
A pit bull.
And how old is the puppy?
About a year.
That's not a puppy anymore.
Or older.
Shh. A year isn't a puppy anymore. And is it a boy or a girl?
Boy.
How much does he weigh?
About 40 pounds.
And you were going over to your aunt and uncle's house because it was your birthday?
It was.
So tell me what happened when you got there.
I would like to say, first of all, the dog is vicious.
Listen to me. Tell me what happened when you got there.
I went over there, parked, got out the car, and went into my auntie house, which was the side door. I went in there. My aunt was not home, but my uncle and my little cousin, which is the witness over there, was there. And I was talking to my uncle. We left. We was happy to see each other. After me being over there maybe 10 minutes, my uncle asked me to let his son out the driveway because I was parked behind their vehicle. So when I went out there, I was just walking past their car to get to my car to let them out. And as I was passing the car, and the dog just jumped out of the car and got the...
How did it jump out of the car? Through?
He had the windows down.
Stand. Over. Move over. What's your first name?
Walter.
Walter. When did you get this dog?
A couple weeks before she came.
And who did you get it from?
My sister.
Did you pick the dog up from your sister's house?
Yes.
How did I know these things? It's like I live in your house, right?
Right.
Walter, how do you think I knew that you picked the dog up at your sister's house? How do you think I knew that? You think I have cameras? Think I have some sort of a globe that I can look in? You know how I know that you picked the dog up from someplace? Now, what was the dog doing out in your car?
I was putting him in the car to ride with me to grab my little cousin from the movies.
How long had your sister had the dog?
A couple months.
And where did your sister get the dog from?
Her baby father.
And how long had he had the dog before he gave it to your sister?
At birth. Then he gave it to her as a
So he got
puppy.
the dog from birth. And then he gave it to your sister. Your sister had it for a couple of months and said, I can't handle it anymore, you take it. So you took it.
Yes.
And then without a leash, you put the dog in the car and left the windows open.
Yes.
Is anything that I said wrong?
No.
Sit. So, Mr. Trouser, when he brought this 8-month-old pit bull over to you, did you know he was bringing it?
Yes.
So you must have had a discussion with your daughter.
Yes.
And she had had the dog for 2-3 months, according to him, right?
Correct.
Why was she getting rid of the dog?
She just hit a baby.
And?
And she was working.
And?
And there was no one there to take care of the dog.
Well, who takes care of the baby?
We do.
We do.
Well, then she brings over the baby and the dog.
No, she brings over the baby. We went and got the dog.
Did she have the dog first or the baby first?
Right. She had the dog when she was pregnant.
Genius.
Yes.
All right, I would like to see what kind of damage you did to this car from jumping up on the roof. Now, what'd the dog do when it jumped out of the window?
Got the jumping all over me, got the nibbling, like trying to bite me. He was going crazy. At some point, he latched on my feet, like at the bottom of my heel, and I just kind of, was trying to run and scoot, because my car was literally right behind his car. So that was the nearest thing I could, grab from this dog to get off of me once he latched into my shoe. As he snatched my shoe off, I jumped on the hood of my car. He proceeded to jump on my car, jump off, slide off the car. I was just lucky enough that I had my sunroof open in my car, and I had to dive head first into my sunroof. At that point, the dog was jumping on and off the car, running around my car, trying to get me. He didn't have on a collar nor a leash. So they couldn't get the dog. It's hard to get a dog if you don't have anything to grab onto. So it took him like 5 minutes. If I'm not mistaken, I'm sure his son ran and got something, maybe a rope or something.
What did you do?
I grabbed the dog. I grabbed the dog.
How did you grab the dog?
With my hand.
How? Around?
She hid to the hood of her car. As I was getting out the car, she had dropped her phone. I noticed that the dog was attacking her. So by the time she made it to her car, I was trying to kicking the dog away from her as he was still trying to play with her because he really is a family dog. But as you know, as he sees her jumping around and moving, so he just see reactions. And I just grabbed him, took him in the house and locked him up.
Where'd you lock him?
In his cage.
How long does he stay in his crate?
Just over the night.
Don't you have a leash and collar for him?
Yes.
Why wasn't he wearing it?
He did have a leash.
Why wasn't he wearing it?
He was.
So that would have been easy for you to grab him by the leash.
Yes.
But you didn't grab him by a leash.
No, he didn't have a chain. He had a leash on.
Collar.
Collar.
Somebody's collar. Collar is different from a leash.
Yeah. Okay.
Sit.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
What do you do for a living?
I work at a group home.
Stay there. Don't go to law school because you're not getting it. You're stubborn-headed.
And later today,
Miss Myers, you can't collect child support for a child who's emancipated.
But they are letting him do that, and I give it to Isaiah.
I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that
I swear under oath. I give Isaiah every dime.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Talisha Doss says her aunt and uncle, Connie and Walter Trouser, owe for damage to the hood of her car. Talisha says she was chased by their son's pit bull and had no choice but to jump on the vehicle.
You have anything else you want to say to me?
You gotta understand, my house is like what everyone come to, all the kids and everything else. And we had the dog there, and the dog is used to the environment. The dog is a family dog.
He's not vicious.
He jumped out of the window of a car.
Probably just it was a nice day, and he probably just jumped out the window. He wasn't actually attacking her.
That's what he said.
Out the car.
Is your son lying to me?
She just need that dog.
No, listen to me. Is your son lying to me?
What do you mean? Is he lying to you about what?
He said the dog was attacking her.
He was just going after her.
No,
I asked her specifically.
No, listen to me. I just asked you a question. Your son just said to me he was attacking her. I saw him attacking her.
No,
that's what he
was
said.
not attacking her, according to him. He was playing with her.
My auntie wasn't
home. Playing with her. It doesn't matter. He was playing with you.
I'm just asking you. That's what he said he saw. Now, you weren't home, right?
No.
That's what your son said. We can play back the tape for you. Your son said, I saw him attacking her.
But the point was not that he wasn't coming after her. No. She jumped on her own car.
Listen to me.
Buck never jumped on her car. I asked her specifically, did
listen
she do
to
that?
me. He doesn't have to jump. Okay. Miss Chaz, are you being serious with me?
I'm being very
Are you being serious with me? Well, you're being very foolish. I'm not going to allow you to continue because you're just being very foolish. A, you weren't there. B, listen to me carefully. Listen, you may get away with talking at home over somebody. You don't get away with talking over me.
Well,
if your dog put a stranger, and she's a stranger because she's not the owner of the dog, you're the homeowner, and you allowed the dog in your house, let's say instead of injuring her car, look at me, pay attention, don't look up in the air, annoyed. Let's say instead of damaging her car, when she jumped up on the car to escape the dog, who your son says, because he was there, was attacking her, and let's say she broke her arm in addition to damaging her car, you would also be responsible for her medical bills and her pain and suffering because you allowed the dog to be unleashed and it's your dog. Now, she may have, put your hand down and listen, you're going to learn something. She may, let us assume, have overreacted to the extent of the danger from your dog. It's still your fault. That's why you are not permitted to allow a dog to be free without a leash unless it's in a designated area. Like in a dog
property.
Listen to me. It's not on your property if you invite guests to your home.
I didn't invite her.
Oh my God, yeah, listen to me. What do you do for a living?
I work at a group home.
Yeah, stay there. Don't go to law school. Because you're not getting it. You're stubborn-headed. And if you have a dog in your house that has displayed any sort of propensity for either being vicious or apparently so, because according to the son over here, who now looks mildly bored, the dog was attacking her, which is why he grabbed it. Anybody that is now injured in or around your home because of this dog, it's going to be your responsibility. Do you own your home?
Yes.
Do you have homeowners insurance?
Yes.
You're going to have to use it. And you don't want to be in that position. I'm just giving you fair warning. Judgment for the plaintiff for the damage to the car in the amount of $546. Thank you. That's all.
Parties are excused when they step out.
You know, I love my auntie dearly.
I just think she's being greedy.
We all was close.
And selfish.
She left in my face.
She wanted some money, and I told her I'm not giving her a quarter.
And it kind of got to me that she didn't even care.
She jumped on her own car.
I could have got bit instead of a scratch on the car.
No, it separated the family.
I don't know. Hopefully, time will heal.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Myers versus Claire. Step forward, please.
Carmelita Myers is suing her ex-husband, Frank Clare III, for his share of their daughter's volleyball fees.
Miss Myers, is this your daughter? You sure you want her in here?
Yes, sir. Yes,
why?
She's a witness.
Okay. Mr. Clare, how many children do you and Miss Myers have?
2, Judge.
This young
Judge,
lady,
I'm a little uncomfortable with my daughter in here.
I think you may be right, and I may put her outside.
Thanks.
So just answer a few questions for me, please. Now, you have 2 children. This young lady who's 16, and her brother who is how old?
20.
Now, you are currently under a child support order, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
You pay child support for both children?
Yes, I do.
And what is the child support order?
$259 bi-weekly
And you've been paying that for how long, sir?
since birth. But they wasn't receiving it until it got cut off because I was unemployed. Then she had it reinstated. I don't know exactly how long it's been reinstated because it seemed like I've been paying all my life.
Okay. Now, your first name is?
Nikita.
Okay. If I need you, I'll call you. You can go outside. Thank you. Okay. So what the case is about, Miss Myers, it is your claim that Mr. Clare owes you money for volleyball fees for your daughter so that she could be on the volleyball team in school, which you believe, which is all speculative, will enhance her ability to get a scholarship to college. And you claim that Mr. Clare made an agreement that he would pay for half of those fees. Now, is it correct, Miss Myers, that Mr. Clare is currently paying his child support?
Yes, ma'am. They take it out of his check.
And that order is for 2 children?
Yes, ma'am.
What does your 20-year-old do?
He just recently got his perk card, and he's a security officer, and he's also going to school to be a barber.
What was he doing until recently?
He was working at McDonald's as a manager.
Was he living at home?
He hasn't lived at home in 3 years. He's married.
So this order of $259 biweekly is just for your daughter?
No, ma'am. The child support order was just put in for 2007. Before that, he never paid any child support. So he continued to pay Isaiah because of money that he never gave him before 2007. And he wasn't giving it to him then until I put the order in.
Just a second. Miss Myers, you can't collect child support for a child who is emancipated.
But they are letting him do that, and Mr. Clare is agreeing because prior to 2007, he never gave Isaiah anything.
I'm not agreeing.
Just a second. Has nothing to do with that. If he were to give Isaiah money, because he wants to do that, if he wants to make a gift to his child, that's one thing.
Well, I give it to Isaiah.
Just a second. I don't believe that for a second. I don't believe that.
I swear under oath. I give Isaiah every dime.
Fine. Then what you have to do is you have to go to family court and you have to say, I want to stop the child support order for 2 children because one of my children has been emancipated for 3 years, and if his father wants to give him money, he can give him the money.
I mean, that's fine. He's the one that agreed.
I did not agree.
I know it's fine.
But the court told me to issue it to him, Your Honor, and that's what I've been doing.
You show me where the court directed that you give the money to your son Isaiah, and that's what you've been doing. Show me where the court says that this is an order for 2 children. Let me see. I never saw an order like that in my life.
Wait, stand with him.
Please point to someplace where you told the court that you were going to give this money to your son Isaiah. Show me.
Well, first of all, Your Honor, because he lives out of the house doesn't mean he doesn't need help.
Miss Myers, just show me, you said that that was in an order. And I said to you, show me where it says in the order that you told the court that you were going to give the money to your son. Show me.
It's his name right here, so it's supposed to go to him. Well, that's what I gave it to him because, and I give Nikita her money.
Then I suggest if a 20-year-old is old enough to get married and make a family for himself.
Does he have a family?
Yes, he does. He has a wife. That's a family.
Okay. But he's only been married like 8 months.
Then I suggest you take $259 a month and put it towards your daughter's volleyball.
But why do I have to put it towards her volleyball? She has other fees that needs to be paid.
Miss Myers, if you believe that you are entitled to increased support for your daughter, go back to court.
I did.
And what did they say?
A modification is pending now.
Very good. Then we don't have to deal with it. Your case is dismissed, that's all.
What has that got to do with the volleyball?
Very easy. If you believe that volleyball is necessary for your 16-year-old daughter, then the court will entertain that application. The court, not this court, the support court.
This has nothing to do with supporting her. This is her volleyball.
Oh, yes, it does. You say it does not. But her school, her fees, her medical, her dental, her clothes, her after-school activities,
cannot be
all
paid with
Goodbye, Miss
$249,
Myers.
Your Honor.
You get one bite of the apple. When are you going back to family court for your modification case?
I'm waiting on an answer. I don't know.
When did you file it?
I filed it 2 months ago, and I haven't heard anything.
I'm sure you'll be hearing from them soon.
I filed on the 16th.
16th.
To have him taken off.
Great. And then, sir, you'll have some extra money, and then, if you want to help out with the volleyball, you can give it directly to your daughter for her volleyball fees. Do you understand?
I understand, Judge.
So if you filed for a modification, because that's why she's here, to have the child support cut, and if you are successful, and you might be, I suggest that as a good father, what you might want to do is help her out with her volleyball fees.
I will.
Do you understand?
But what about the last 2 years?
One on the calendar in the matter of Crum versus Napier. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
Is this your mother?
Yes.
What's your first name?
My first name, Angela.
Let me see if I understand the relationships here. Miss Crum, you belong to a dart league. You were playing darts at a sports bar.
Yes.
On your team was Mrs. Napier's boyfriend.
He's the dart captain.
He's the captain.
Yes.
So far correct?
Yes.
Now, according to you, this young lady, Angela, assaulted you and you were injured at the sports bar where you were competing in a dart contest.
Yes.
Along with Mrs. Napier's boyfriend.
Correct.
Angela said that she didn't lay a hand on you. But she does say that there was certain interaction with you on that evening. What was the date?
November 11th, 2002.
So I am going to start with Angela because I was really interested in her answer. What time, Angela, did you and your mother get to the sports bar?
It was probably around 6 or 7.
And you got there, I assume, to watch the boyfriend in the dart game. Is that right?
Yeah.
And what is his name?
Rob.
Does he live with your mother?
Yes.
Do you live with your mother?
Yes.
So I want you to tell me what you saw happen with Miss Crum that irritated you.
Okay. We were there, we were all having a good time, and she had been all over basically every man in the bar that night.
What does that mean, all over?
Like hugging, kissing, dancing. She had her hands all over.
Hugging, kissing, dancing, her arm draped over them, around their waist, that sort of thing. And that irritated you?
No, that didn't irritate me.
Must have been memorable for you because you remember it.
Oh, yeah, I remember it.
Go ahead.
And then as she started doing the same thing with my mother's boyfriend, that started to irritate me and irritated my mother, of course.
Now, tell me exactly what you saw her do to Rob.
Okay, he was sitting at the table by my mother, and she walked up behind him and put her arms around him and kissed him on the cheek.
Around his neck?
Yeah, around his neck. He was sitting.
And what did he do?
He just looked at my mom like, what should I do? He didn't say or do anything, really.
He looked at your mother. Show me the expression on his face.
Gosh, it was just like big-eyed, you know, like, I don't know what to do.
So she put her arms around his neck and kissed him on the cheek from behind.
Right.
Next.
And my mom got upset, told her to get her hepatitis C hands off of him.
That was a dumb thing for you to do, madam. This Rob doesn't have a voice? He's a mute?
No.
And why did you open up your mouth to her? Stand up.
Oh.
Why did you open up your mouth?
Because I seen her in the bar many times and ignored her. Got along with her fine, you know, because she wasn't dealing with us.
I'm not talking about many times.
And why did I say
Before,
that?
I'm talking about she comes up to your boyfriend. She puts her arms around his neck. She's not doing it so that you can't see it. You know, maybe she had a couple, two drinks.
She got the story a little wrong. She did do it where I was in the bathroom.
No,
at the
listen to
time.
me. Your daughter says that you were sitting right there and that Rob turned around and looked at you with big eyes like, what do I do?
Right.
So you're telling me that your daughter was mistaken?
She is mistaken.
Your daughter now is mistaken about a very
Because
big
he did
event.
that when I came back and told her that. That's when
She had kept doing it through the night over and over again.
Just a minute. Don't change your story. So you turned around and you said to her, get your hepatitis C hands off my boyfriend.
And the reason I said that was because I know she was with somebody that had that disease.
Well, that was a stupid
Well,
thing
it
for
wasn't
you
very
to
nice,
say.
and I'm not saying it was nice.
It was
I
a
don't-
stupid thing
but-
for you to say. Very dumb. Now you can sit down.
Okay.
Till I need you again. So now your mother opens up a big fresh mouth. And what do? Be very careful because I've got your answer that's sworn to right here.
Well, basically, at that point, we didn't do anything. I went up to her after she had walked away and
No.
everything.
According to you, you said, hey, you've got all these guys in here buying you drinks and you're kissing them. Do you think she wants you hanging on her boyfriend?
Yeah, but...
Did you forget that?
No, I said that. I said
Oh,
that
okay.
to her.
So after
It
your
was
mother
after she
opened
had
up a
walked
big...
away.
Just a second. After your mother opened up a stupid fresh mouth, then you decided to finish it off.
Yes.
Then what happened next?
We went back to having a good time. Everything seemed to be fine. And then she started making gestures and giving us the finger. So then I started walking towards her. She was yelling
What were you walking
obscenities.
towards her for?
Because I was going to confront her and
Confront her about what?
She seemed like she had some issues with me, so I was
Of
walking
course she had
over
issues with you, madam. You opened up a fresh mouth to her for no reason.
Well, that's why I walked over there.
You went over to confront her.
To confront her, yes.
Now I'll hear you.
I was putting my darts away. I did not realize that there was a problem, if you will, with myself. I was basically hit like a freight train. I went flying into the tables, I fell onto the floor, and I was being hit. And then the next thing you know, I was being picked up and escorted out the bar for my safety.
How do you know it was the defendant who was hitting you?
I don't know that the defendant was hitting me. I was hit.
Do you have any witnesses?
Absolutely.
Then I'll hear the witness. Tell me your name.
Betty Jeter.
Are you on the dart team?
Yes, I am.
I want you to tell me what you saw.
I was standing on the opposite side of the table. There was Andrea. There wasn't another girl that is not here standing next to her. We were putting our darts away, and then I saw Angela coming toward Andy, and she came around the other girl. I seen her hand go around the other girl. Next thing you know, they were down on the floor. Tables had flying.
Who's they were down on the floor?
Judy, Andy, and Angela.
Who's Judy?
She's one of the girls that's not here.
Did you see Judy have any issues with this?
No, Judy
lady?
didn't have any issues with her.
Did you see her strike anybody?
It would have been around Judy, and I didn't see where the hand landed.
Now I'll come back to you.
Okay,
Look at me.
It was
now you're
sort of-
walking over to confront her.
Yes. So I get over there, and before I could even get over there, Judy and her fell on the ground.
No, look at me. Now you're closing your eyes. She and Judy, who had not had any issues.
No, because she didn't realize it was Judy. She had her eyes shut.
Just a second. She didn't have any issues with Judy.
No.
So she and Judy just somehow ended up on the ground. And then you ended up on the ground?
No, I was over there, and me and her were arguing back and forth.
Oh, you didn't say that here, honey. You didn't say that in your answer. I didn't hear anything about arguing back and forth. What were you arguing?
Well, we were arguing the whole time when she was flipping me off, and, you know.
I didn't hear
yelling.
that. So how are you arguing? Tell me how you were arguing. She's flipping you off and you're doing what?
Basically yelling obscenities at her. She was yelling obscenities back at me. And then Judy stepped in to help, I think, to try to break us up from fighting because we hadn't contacted. And she fell on the ground, and Judy, she had grabbed Judy and was punching Judy in the head. And she had her eyes shut, so I don't believe that she knew who she was punching in the head. She probably believed it was me, but it was really Judy. And I believe that's how she broke her wrist.
And what about you? What were you doing?
I was sitting in a chair.
You just sat down in a chair?
Yep, I was
Is that
sitting
right?
in the
She
chair.
was sitting in a
I
chair?
was on the
I
floor.
see her sitting in the chair.
Where did you see her?
I seen her on the floor.
Of course. Let me see your medical bills, please.
And can I say one more thing?
Sure.
Also, she didn't go to the doctor for like a week, and she didn't call the cops or anything. And she acted like everything was fine and dandy with me. I would just think if her wrist was broken, it would hurt really bad, and you would go right to the emergency room.
Did you graduate from Einstein Medical College or Harvard? Which one?
No, that was just my opinion. Neither.
No, let me explain something to you about opinions. When you have an opinion that is a scientific opinion, you have to have a scientific opinion based upon some particular skill, experience, training, education. There are certain things that we know as lay people that are within the realm of common knowledge, like if somebody's got their arm draped over your boyfriend, if the boyfriend doesn't say, "Get your hands off me, I'm uncomfortable," then you keep your mouth shut. Then you get rid of the boyfriend. You don't get rid of the girl. And if your mother is offended by something that happened to your mother, she's at least 20 years older than you are, you let her deal with it yourself unless you've had too much to drink. Then you open up your big fresh mouth over something that has absolutely nothing to do with you, and you get yourself into a whole bunch of trouble. If this young woman here had a couple of too much to drink and was making a little bit of a fool of herself, then it was up to the men to say, "We don't appreciate that." So let me ask you this question. You come out of the sports bar and you have a flat tire. Who's going to change the tire? You or Rob?
Rob.
Of course. Do you know why? Because he's good for things like changing tires. He can also say, "Get your hands off me." He doesn't have to be protected by you.
Well, it's easy for people to say it, but nobody was there but us, so we know what happened. And we came in dressed like we always dressed, but they come in dressed like they're holier than thou, and that's not their dress.
I don't care whether they're dressed like either. What difference does it make, madam? We're talking about your fresh mouth.
I'm not the only one in life that has a fresh mouth.
Just a second. I don't care whether you're the only one in life. We're here discussing one case.
That's what happens when you go to the bar.
I've been in bars before. I mean, I don't hang around in bars, and I don't belong to a dart league. I've been in clubs before. I've been in bars before, and I want to tell you something. I haven't heard the kind of business in places where I've been that I just heard here. Haven't. Sorry. Okay. Just a second. Take this back because I'm not interested in this.
That is the cost of the, I was told that I need to, my hand is still broke, I need to go to the occupational therapy. This is, since I have
you
not
have several choices. I don't speculate with regard to what you might possibly need in the future without an expert witness. Do you understand?
Yes.
You have incurred a certain amount of bills up until this date. These I am prepared to entertain. What I'm not prepared to do without an expert witness who can testify as to the condition of your wrists, the need and the duration of any therapy, nor am I prepared to entertain the cost of any therapy. So you can either say, "Judge, I would like you to dismiss this case without prejudice. I will refile it in another date, 6 months or a year from now," or would you please entertain my current costs? And then I will, if additional treatment is necessary, I have to take care of that myself. Now, what do you want to do?
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
she'd paint like the kitchen like a yellow and blue color. She'd paint like all over the house, all kinds of different colors. She'd put like candles up and pictures.
I can't say that you had a different decorating taste than she did because you had no taste.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Andrea Crum says she was assaulted by Angela Napier. Angela says Andrea was flirting with her mother's boyfriend.
Okay, what's your pleasure? Do you want me to proceed with the actual costs that you've incurred so far, or not?
No.
No what?
Dismiss the case.
It's done. Case is dismissed without prejudice. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Jealous you'll get to know her.
It's a small town, and she's known as the town whore.
I don't want anything to do with her, man. I actually have my own.
Pretty much every woman in Sheboygan has given me a thumbs up.
It never stops there. It's like Peyton Place.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Kruger versus Estes. Step forward, please.
21-year-old student Abby Kruger is suing her former roommate, 19-year-old bartender Michael Estes, for unpaid rent. Michael says he stopped paying because he didn't like her taste in decorating.
Miss Kruger, your family owns a house. And you are in charge of renting the rooms in that house. It's a college community?
Right.
You rented a room to the defendant, and it is your claim that he owes you for 2 months' rent, $600. Now, I've read Mr. Estes's answer, and he acknowledges that he didn't pay the rent, right?
Right.
He says he didn't like your decorating. And he told you that if you continued to paint the house in colors he didn't like, he wasn't going to pay the rent. Isn't that what you told me in here? I just wanted to make sure that that's what you said.
Yeah. She didn't let me have a say in anything in the house at all.
Since when are men in charge of decorating? Since when are men in charge of decorating? You can decorate your closet, that's it. And that's if it's your house. If it's not your house, you can even decorate your closet. Mr. Estes, how old are you, sir?
19?
You go to college?
No, I took a semester off.
Are you planning on going back to school?
Yes.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
A police officer.
That's a legitimate career. I'm curious because I thought perhaps you wanted to go into interior design.
No.
Clearly not. Now, I want you, Mr. Estes, to convince me why I should, or she should, forgive the $600 rent that you owe her because you didn't like the colors that she painted the house, okay? It's all yours, sir.
I moved in August, and then she moved in around the end of August, I think. And then both the guys moved out, and then we were getting along, and then she kept decorating the house, and I said, you know, I want to have a say in this house too, and she wouldn't let me have a say ever in the house.
Like what? Give me an example.
Like, she would paint this side of the wall red and, like, this side of the wall red, and then both these sides would be white. She'd paint, like, the kitchen like a yellow and blue color. She'd paint the hallways and paint, like, all over the house all kinds of different colors, and I didn't like it.
What color do you like?
It was white. White was fine to me.
You like plain white. You don't like color. You like it plain, nice, plain, clean white.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Bird and I are fascinated.
And that's about it. I just told her, you know, I'm not going to pay rent if I never have to stay in the house, and she was just like, whatever, you know.
You're talking about a say in the house. You're talking about the color. I mean, I want to know if there's anything else other than the color. She painted 2 walls.
Just the way that she decorated the house, it was like all like girl house, and I couldn't put anything up at all.
Explain that to me. Other than the color, what else did she decorate?
Just she'd put like candles up and all these weird lamps and pictures. It was just
Pictures or pictures?
pictures.
Pictures that you pour from or pictures on the wall?
Pictures on the wall.
Pictures. What kind of pictures did she put up?
I don't know. They're just like artist kind of pictures. I don't know what it really was.
Shh! Please. Mr. Rest, this is very serious. Who are you?
I'm his girlfriend.
Please don't move. I didn't ask you to stand up. I just wanted to know whether you were just fixing your hair or raising your hand.
I just have something to say.
Either way, stop it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Mr. Estes, your defense is the most ridiculous defense that I've heard in a very long time. Most ridiculous. If you want white walls, you take an apartment where you live all by yourself with your girlfriend, and you have white walls. This is not your house. You are merely a boarder in one room. It was her house. You have a room. You are entitled to decorate your room. If you and this girlfriend of yours get together and get married, I guarantee you're going to have more than white walls. And you know what you're going to say when she comes home and she's painted the hallway yellow? You know what you're going to say? Yes, dear. That's what you're going to say, because you're going to be out there protecting the peace and security of your neighborhood in your chosen profession. And since white walls are the walls that appeal to you and no pictures on the walls appeal to you, I can't say that you had a different decorating taste than she did, because you had no taste. So you pay her the $600. Mr. Estes, you're supposed to do the right thing. You want to be a police officer? Police officers have good character. They have a good moral compass. They know right from wrong. You lived in the house. You lived in the house for 2 months. The rent was $300 a month. You didn't pay the rent, and then you came up with a lot of baloney excuses. That's not what a moral person does. And you've chosen a profession that requires that kind of moral compass. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect.
Yeah, this is case number 165 on the calendar in the matter of Tesari versus Miles.
Thank you, Bert.
You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Mr. Tesari, according to your complaint, you and the defendant lived together for a brief period of time.
Right.
You claim that after an incident that happened at your home, you were incarcerated briefly. The defendant left the home and took property that belonged to you. The property was a computer. And then she embarked upon a campaign that amounted to serious harassment that affected both you, your relationship with your former wife, your child, and the loss of your job. So you are suing her for both the return of this computer and the harassment.
That's correct.
And the defendant says she has a clue what you're talking about with regard to the computer, and as far as the harassment is concerned, all she did was tell the truth. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. When did you start to live together?
Approximately a week after Thanksgiving of the year 2000. We had met the week before.
You had met the week before?
Right.
That's brilliant.
It was love at first sight.
Brilliant. Did you move in with a child?
I have a joint custody, so sometimes I have visitation with my son.
And when did you move out?
I moved out September 2001.
Tell me what happened that evening, Mr. Tesari.
The week before, it was apparent the relationship was not working, and I told her I wanted her to move. I, placed a lot of her stuff by the door. Told her, when you get a chance, move out, peacefully. I don't want a war. So the day we had an argument, she attacked me. I gently pushed her out the door, locked the door, and began throwing her stuff out of the apartment. The police came and arrested me for domestic violence. When I came back to my apartment, a lot of my stuff was missing. In addition to taking a lot of my personal property, she also took a Isuzu Trooper that belonged to me, and she took the keys to my Ford Mustang.
When did you notice, let's start with the computer, when did you notice that this computer was missing, Mr. Tesari?
As I was going through my apartment cleaning up, I noticed what was there and what was gone.
Did you take his computer?
No, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Tesari, something I found interesting in your complaint. You said that you had already taken Miss Miles to court with regard to the cars.
Yes, I have a judgment that she owes me $702.
When did you take her to court for the cars?
After I hired a repossession company to recover my car, and I had a dollar amount there that I could use to create the paperwork.
So my question to you, Mr. Tesari, is you were going to small claims court over a fixed amount of money having to do with the car. You already knew that she had taken your computer. Why didn't you, at that time, sue for the return of your computer or its value?
I was trying to get an exact handle on everything that was missing.
No. Because all you're doing is suing here for the computer, Mr. Tesari. Computer and harassment.
I don't know, I just wasn't thinking clearly.
Well, I'm going to find, sir, with regard to the computer, that you had an opportunity to sue for it at one time, and you should have done that. So I'm not entertaining your application for the computer. Now, the harassment came later. So I will hear you with regard to the harassment. Now, you say that you telephoned your former wife and made some allegations to her. I'd like you to tell me when that phone call was.
November 15th of 2001.
All right. Now, Miss Miles, why don't you tell me what you told his former wife in November?
I told her, he said that his check is being garnished, and he was complaining, and he says it's easy for him to go to buy a gun and blow up his family and children rather than pay the child support.
Okay. So let me understand this. You called his former wife because at some point Mr. Tesari had told you that he was angry that his check was being garnished for child support, and that it would have been easier for him to blow up his family than to pay the support.
Yes, ma'am.
When did he say that to you, Miss Miles?
He said to me when we were living together, and I told him immediately.
When you were living together?
Yes.
So sometime before September of 2001?
Yes.
Right? Now, I gather that you decided to call his former wife because you were concerned for her safety.
Yes, and our children.
And concerned for the children.
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes.
Well, that's very nice of you. Why didn't you call when he made the threat? Why did you wait until after he kicked you out to call? So you knew about this, according to you, for months before you called the ex-wife, right?
I called from his phone when I was living with him. I didn't make it the phone in November. I make it September. I called.
No,
that's why he was upset with me. When he came back from work, he said, "Why you call my ex-wife?" Because the police called him. He was arrested for that.
Just a minute. So what you're telling me, Miss Miles, is you didn't make the call in November, that one of the reasons you had a fight with Mr. Tessari is because you had called his ex-wife and told her about this comment that he made.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, Mr. Tessari, let me come back to you, sir. I want you to listen to me very carefully. It's very easy for me to verify this. All I have to do is call your ex-wife. You understand that? Did Miss Miles call your former wife while she was still living in your house?
No.
And you say it was in November that you called your ex-wife.
It was November 15th. I have a copy of the police report. My
Can I
ex-wife
see
made.
it, please? How many times did you call his ex-wife, Miss Miles?
I called her 3 times.
No, it seems clear to me here, Miss Miles, that this threat was relayed on November 15th, not in September. Now, Mr. Tessari, I have a question for you, sir. Let's say I don't really think or believe that you had an intention of blowing up your former wife and children because your salary was attached. But it is possible that you said it, right?
I didn't say it.
You might have. The question is, why did she make the call? And she made the call because she was angry. What else did she do?
She sent me an email at work, which I have a copy of a police report on. Can I read that word for word? It has a few obscenities in it. It says, "Hey, you can't compete with me. Stop trying. When you get out of jail, I'm going to kill you."
Is any of that true?
That's the email I got at work. She also left about 20 phone calls on my voicemail.
Mr. Tessari, how many months has it been since Miss Miles has contacted you?
Since approximately the middle of December.
So why do you want to start up with her for?
I don't.
Well, you do if you bring a lawsuit against her, sir.
Because it cost me a lot of money and a lot of anguish to try to get the visitation with my children reestablished.
Because what happened, according to your complaint, is when she called your ex-wife, told her about this threat that you had made, your ex-wife whipped into action. They stopped your visitation, and then it was ultimately reinstated. Is that right?
That's correct.
Okay. How old are your children?
My children are 14 and 12.
Have you had continuous visitation with them since the divorce?
On and off. My ex-wife has always created issues with that.
Well, have any of the issues been with regard to any allegations of abuse or neglect with regard to you?
They have, but they were untrue.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later today,
You said if you take them to the vet because they had blood in their stool, I will pay the bill.
Casper had diarrhea because of all the stress.
Give me a break.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Larry Tessari says ex-girlfriend Martha Miles falsely accused him of making terrorist threats against his ex-wife. Larry says the allegations caused him to lose his job as well as his child visitation.
You claim that Miss Miles is a vindictive nut. Is that right?
That's correct.
But this vindictive nut has left you alone for at least 6, 7, 8 months, right?
Right.
So it would be a wise man who would say, let it rest, right? Especially since you know, Mr. Tessari, that you have a judgment against her that she hasn't paid yet, right? You have a judgment for a car that she hasn't paid. So you think you're going to get more from her on a second lawsuit, especially when she's been quiet? Does that sound smart? No. I mean, I'm not going to ask you to answer that. I'll ask Bert. Does that sound smart to you?
Doesn't sound smart to me.
Doesn't sound smart to me either. Mr. Tessari, she doesn't have your computer. Even if she had your computer, you had the ability to sue for that when you sued for the car, so that part of your claim is dismissed. With regard to the harassment, I find that there is insufficient evidence to establish that she told your wife an untruth when she said that you even casually, put your hand down, Mr. Tessari, even casually said to her, it would be easier, rather than paying this child support, I could blow them all up, or they'd be better off dead, or we'd all be better off dead, or whatever. Now, there's probably not much of a question in my mind that Miss Miles made that telephone call to your wife in order to get even with you. That's true. But I believe that there is a possibility that you said it even though you didn't mean it. And relaying information that she heard is not harassment. In any event, I think that you should be very wise, sir. If she hasn't bothered you in 6, 7, 8 months, let it rest. Your case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
You know, she did disrupt my visitation with my kids, and I feel that she should be punished for that in some way or another.
I left him to babysit my son. He taped my son's mouth and nose, and then that's what he went to jail for.
Her son was crying and angry, and she told me, you know, put some tape over his mouth to make him shut up.
There is a restraining order already in place.
A lot of her child rearing practices are things that they do in Africa that I guess we don't do here.
He tried to get back with me, and I don't want him no more.
And now the next case.
Parties on Vanetta versus Gervitz. Step forward, please.
Bar manager Linda Van Natta is suing her former friend, cashier Marion Gervitz, for vet bills. Marion is countersuing, also for vet bills.
Miss Vanetta, I'm going to very succinctly give you a short scenario of the complaint that I read, yours. According to you, you sold the defendant 2 Persian cats. Mm-hmm. Then you got information somehow that they were being neglected. At the time, according to you, the defendant had approximately 17 cats. You went over there, you picked up the 2 cats. You took them back to your house. You did that with her permission.
Yes.
And then she wanted them back, and you said you can't have them back. Ultimately, you were forced to give the cats back to her. And you want her to pay the vet bills that you incurred taking care of the cats.
Yes.
So that's what your lawsuit is about.
Yes.
You have a cross-complaint.
Yes, ma'am.
You say that when the cats were returned to you, they were returned sick, and you had to take them to the vet.
Yes, ma'am.
What was wrong with them when they were returned to you?
My cats were returned to me. They had ringworm, which is like a fungus.
I know what ringworm is.
Okay. None of my cats have ever had ringworm. We have 14
How many cats do you have?
We have 14.
Are you telling me you had 14 cats and none of your cats have ever had ringworm?
No, ma'am.
You have the 2 Persians back now?
I have the 2 Persians back, and they were underweight when I got them back.
Oh, I'd like to see the vet report.
Yes, ma'am.
Indicating.
I also have a letter where Linda sent to my husband accusing me of having extramarital affairs. And I just don't think it has anything to do with the case. She's slandering me.
I just would like to see, please, the vet bills and the report from the vet when you got the cats back.
Okay, this is a report of the vet facts to the Humane Society.
When were the cats returned to her?
November.
November what?
Around the 15th, I believe.
November 15th?
I believe so.
Well, according to the veterinarian, both cats had good body weight. Both cats had ringworm lesion. One cat had an ear infection, one cat had a right eye infection. And this indicates that both cats had several problems that required medical attention. Can you tell me how this is possible?
These cats were very sick when I took them back. I've been treating them from the vet from August until the end of October, that I've taken the cats to the vets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times.
Did you tell her when you went to pick up the cats that it was your intention to keep them?
No, I told her I would keep the cats until she would get her act together. The house was filthy. She had cat feces all over the house.
Linda, your house has not been any better.
She had to shovel cat feces from the downstairs.
You had rest in your
The
bathtub,
place was
honey.
supposed to be getting condemned.
Listen to me. Where do you think you are?
I'm sorry.
Where do you think you are? Then don't say but.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Go ahead.
And with the 17 cats in the house, I knew that they were sick when I took them, and I did ask her about the condition of the cats, especially when I seen the bloody stool. She said that was not a problem, that she would cover the vet bills. So, and
Did you say that to her?
I told her if she took the cat to the vet, that I would pay the bill, but she refused to return the cats to me.
You did tell her you would cover the vet bill.
I would cover the vet bill, but
Good, let me see.
She refused to allow me to have my cats back or see them. She was going to euthanize them because of diarrhea.
Because of what?
Because of diarrhea. She was going to have the cats euthanized.
That is a parasite that the cats had that eat out the inner lining of the intestine. I was never going to have them euthanized.
That's what you told me, Linda.
That's why I was having them treated, so that they would cure the giardia. The vet told me
they had giardia.
I have got a letter.
Why do you need 14 or 16 cats?
I do animal rescue.
Yeah.
And I have 7 papered cats, and I have 7 mutts, because I feel that anyone who sells cats should have as many mutt cats that need homes as they do purebred cats.
They were sick before they went.
No, ma'am, they were not sick.
Sure they were.
No, they were not sick, ma'am.
Sure they were. You want to know why I know they were sick? Because you said if you take them to the vet because they had blood in their stool, I will pay the bill. If you
Casper had diarrhea because of all the stress.
Give me a break. Give me a break. Give me a break. Look, you spent a lot of money, Miss Van Atta, and I believe you spent a lot of money at the vet after a period of time that she told you, I want my cats back. That's your responsibility. The only question that I have in my mind is whether or not you are responsible for any of the vet bills that she had after she got her cats back. Because she says the cats came back to her sick. Now, the cats were not in your possession because you gave them to a third person. Is that correct?
Correct.
Well, why did you do...
Excuse me. She sold them.
I'm not speaking to you. Who did you give them to?
I gave them to a lady. I ran an ad to get rid of some of my cats.
How long were the cats with her?
3 to 4 weeks before she actually got them back.
All right, well, unfortunately, you are responsible for her vet bills. That
I am responsible?
Yeah, you are. You are. I know you're trying to do a good deed. $405. Judgment on the counterclaim for the defendant. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. The parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have a seat.
All right, let's see if we can untangle this very sad mess. Ms. Schatz, this is your mom.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, in 1999, your mom bought a car.
Yes.
The car was for you.
Yes.
And you had an agreement.
Yes.
And the agreement was that you were going to pay off the car, and you would pay it off by the time you graduated from college.
I would pay her off when I graduated from college and got a full-time job.
Anyway, your mother took the car back before you graduated, and you say she had no reason to take the car back. Are you telling me that you didn't pay her any money?
I did. I paid her $3,600 up front.
Okay. Is that correct?
That's
that she
correct.
gave you $3,600 as a down payment?
At the time of the purchase of the car.
And how old were you then?
I was 18.
And your agreement was that you would pay her back the rest at the time you graduated?
Yes.
Okay, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you haven't graduated yet. You're graduating in June.
I graduate in March 25th.
So between 1999 and now, you have not paid her any additional money?
There was a time when she owed me about $200 for some things that I had purchased for her, and we agreed that we would take that $200 off of the amount of the loan.
Okay.
So
let's say that's $3,800.
Yes.
And how much was the entire car?
The car was for $12,800.
Okay. Why did you take the car back?
I took the car back after I received a letter from her stating that she did not plan on paying for the car.
Let me see the letter.
What?
Just a minute. Well, first of all, this letter says, in response, Annette, that's your mother.
Yes.
I assume you don't have a good relationship with her?
Not at all.
And haven't for a long time?
Since I moved out in January of 2002.
What happened in January of 2002?
I was living at home and going to school, and we got
So up until then, you had a good relationship?
Fairly good. Yes.
Good. What happened in January?
We got an argument, and I was asked to move out because we weren't getting along. because neither of us were happy with the situation.
Okay.
Can I make a comment on that?
Yes.
I don't really consider that an argument. What happened, Your Honor, is I basically went grocery shopping and I apparently didn't buy the cereal that Laura wanted. And she got upset, and my comment to her was, this is crazy, being upset over something like this, and if you're going to stay here and live here, you need to go to counseling. And her answer goes, well, then I won't be here. I'll move out.
Well, there must have been something else going on.
Yes.
What else was going on?
There was a lot of physical and mental abuse that I had been enduring since as far back as I can remember, and it had nothing to do with the cereal at all.
All right, I'm sure it had nothing to do with the cereal. That doesn't make sense. That may have been the catalyst.
Yeah. Right.
But it had nothing to do with cereal. But this letter says that this is in response to a letter I received from you dated January 15th. So I'd like to see that letter dated January 15th. Okay. So your mother writes you a letter, January of 2003, and she says, you know, sorry that you're not talking to me, it's painful. And she says to you, as of April, which I assume is after graduation,
yes,
I will no longer pay the car insurance and the $3,000 you owe me for the car. Okay? And you write her back, and you say that the money you have been receiving monthly on my behalf in the form of child support above the amount that was mandated by the divorce court shall cancel out your loan in the amount of $3,000. So you want to explain that to me?
Since my mom and I made the agreement about the car, I found out that she is still receiving child support from my dad in the amount of $264 a month.
Right.
That was supposed to end, according to the divorce agreements, when I turned 18, and it never has.
Right.
So I felt that from the time that I moved out of her house in January of 2002, she continued to receive that money, and I felt that that money should go towards the loan.
Has nothing to do with you. That's between your mother and your father.
I felt that that money should go towards supporting me.
That has nothing to do with you. That has to do with your mother and your father. If their judgment of divorce provides that support shall terminate on your reaching 18, and if money is still either deducted from his check or he continues to pay her, that's between the two of them. You can't decide that you want that money to be allocated to your car. So this is what happened, Mr. Schatz. What happened is you created an anticipatory breach. You said, I anticipate the fact that she's going to breach our agreement, right? Based upon these letters.
Right. Well, I also...
So that I am taking your name off the title to the car, and I'm taking back the car, rather than responding to this and saying, no, 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 you owe me $3,000, and you have to pay it. The money that was paid by your father was an agreement that we had. He paid $264 a month for your support. Is that what your father paid all along?
All along.
Well, that's not a lot of money. That doesn't
it is
support...
to a student.
No, no, no. That doesn't support a child.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
Do you think it might be worthwhile for you to attend a couple of counseling sessions with your mother?
Yes.
I think so, too. You prepared to do that?
I've begged her to go to counseling with me.
And later today...
Did you ask her to bail you out?
Yes.
Did she have the money at that time in May?
No.
Did she tell you how she was going to get the money?
No.
Did you ask her?
No.
Did it make any difference to you?
No.
You just wanted out?
I just wanted out.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Laura Schatz says her mother, Annette Schatz, illegally repossessed her car. Annette says Laura wasn't making payments.
In any event, you had no right to take back the car when you did.
Right.
Go ahead.
Your Honor, after receiving that letter, I did send Laura back another letter dated the 29th of January, saying, please reconsider your position.
Let me see.
These are expenses. And I felt like I gave her another opportunity to talk with me and communicate with me.
Are you working?
Yes, I work part-time as an x-ray tech, and I also go to school full-time, 5 days a week.
Okay. Where is the car now?
A friend's house.
When did you take it back?
I took it on February 12th.
Okay.
About 9 o'clock at night.
Okay, you have to return it to your daughter.
Okay.
And I'm telling you now, so this is going to be very, very easy. What you have to do is when you graduate, you have to pay your mother $3,000.
Okay.
Then the car will be yours, as per your agreement. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. I have now advised you. I've given you what we courts usually don't do, but it's an advisory opinion. I'm advising you that you cannot take your father's child support that you felt was overpaid and apply it towards this car debt. And you cannot anticipate that your daughter is not going to do what she agreed to do when she was over the age of 18, which was to pay you upon her graduation. And she has not graduated yet. So the car has to be returned to her. And you have to pay your mother in March what you agreed to pay her, which is, according to her letters, $3,000. Do you understand? Okay, now we've gotten to the easy part. Something else happened. Now, I don't know whether the something else that happened was that you now have a relationship with your dad. Is the
We are
relationship
rebuilding a relationship.
Okay. I assume from reading your mom's answer to this that that is what happened, that this is something that's relatively new, the relationship you have with your father.
Yes.
Fair statement?
Yes.
Okay. Was he out of your life most of your growing up?
We had visitation with him after the divorce. So he lived with us until I was 12, and then after the divorce, we saw him according to the visitation. And then our relationship started to fall apart when I got a car and started doing my own things, and I didn't get to see him on those days.
So now it's back?
Yes.
Okay. You think it might be worthwhile for you to attend a couple of counseling sessions with your mother?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so too. You prepared to do that?
I've begged her to go to counseling with me.
With you. But you both have to keep an open mind because you're two adult women now. It would be a very bad thing for you long term to have an alienated relationship with your mother. You know, when you're 22, that's one thing. When you're 28, 29, 30, 35, get married, you have children, I assume that that's something that you look forward to in your future. They should know that they have grandmother. And so without putting any blame, to go just with an open mind and saying, look, we may have to have a new kind of relationship, different from parent and child, because we're both adults now and things have been difficult. If the clerk can put together a list of names, you prepared to do that? Or do you have somebody that you've been seeing that you think might be beneficial?
I have a counselor that I've been seeing.
How long have you been seeing this counselor?
Since October.
You prepared to go to your daughter's counselor?
Sure. Not a problem. Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Give it a shot. You get your car back within 5 days.
Thank you.
Okay? Good. Thank you.
Officer Judy, you may step out.
I just wanted what was fair, and I just wanted this issue to be taken care of so we can move on.
I love Laura very much and care about her.
I just hope that we can continue to work this out.
I'm glad it's over and we can get this resolved.
It's not over yet.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of McCarrick versus Mitchell. Step forward, please.
27-year-old bartender Michelle McCarrick is suing her ex-boyfriend, 27-year-old construction worker Charles Mitchell, for bailing him out of jail when he was arrested for holding a pound of marijuana.
Mr. Mitchell, what were you in jail for when your former girlfriend bailed you out?
A drug charge.
When had you been arrested?
It was May of last year.
No. Drug sale, possession?
Drug possession.
What kind of drugs?
Weed. Marijuana.
How much?
About a pound.
Is this your first drug arrest?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your bail?
$25,000.
And at the time, Miss McCarrick was your girlfriend, is that right?
Yes.
It's your claim, Miss McCarrick, that you bailed out the defendant. He promised to pay you back. He even signed a note that he would pay you back, and he hasn't paid you back.
But she forced me to sign that note.
I didn't ask you anything yet.
Why?
Okay. I'm looking at her.
All right.
Has this drug case been resolved yet?
Yes, ma'am.
No, it has not.
Okay, so we're not going to ask any questions about the drug case. Did he call you from jail?
He did.
And what did he say about his bail?
He asked me if I could come and bond him out because he wanted to get a job and get a lawyer. So this had went on for like a month and a half. Finally, I decided that I would, I had an African gray parrot and I had somebody who was interested in buying it. So with him promising that he would pay me back, because really she didn't want to buy it, she was going to, you know, just pretty much give me the money, she would hold on to the bird and I would pay her back. So she gave me $1,500 because I had already talked to a bondsman. He told me that if I came up with, you know, at least $1,500, that he would get him out because the entire bond was, you know, 10% of it would be $2,500. So if I came up with 15 and paid the rest, then he would go and get him. So I gave her the bird and she gave me the money and I went down and I got him. And pretty much a week later, he was supposed to work with his cousin who owned he lays concrete. and he was going to get paid $15 an hour, and, you know, it was...
Okay, he hasn't paid you back.
Pretty much.
Let me see the note that he signed, please.
Okay.
But she forced me to sign that note.
Can I get...
Your Honor.
Please. Mr. Mitchell, I guarantee you I'm going to let you get to your defense, sir. Now, I have a note that you signed on 7/5/2002, indicating you promised to pay her back on or before August 30th, and you agree that you signed it, but you say you were forced to sign it.
Yes.
Now I'm going to ask you some questions. So I want you to answer my questions as I ask them. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am.
You were arrested in May of 2002.
Yes, ma'am.
You were bailed out on what day?
June 29th.
I have the bond receipt
That's okay.
right here.
Don't, I'm not speaking to you.
Okay, sorry.
And it is your position that you never asked her to bail you out?
I asked her to bail me out. I didn't agree on owing her any money.
Just a second. Oh, so you did ask her to bail you out?
Well, she bailed me. I mean...
No. You didn't say that, sir. You said in your answer it was her idea. So you did ask her to bail you out?
I mean, she wouldn't do...
Just answer my question. Did you ask her to bail you out?
Yes.
And did you start asking her to bail you out in May of 2002?
Yes.
And what did she say?
She said she would bond me out.
Did she have the money at that time in May?
No.
Did she tell you how she was going to get the money?
No.
Did you ask her?
Nope.
Did it make any difference to you?
Nope.
You just wanted out.
I just wanted out.
And when you just want out, you're prepared to say and do just about anything. Is that right?
Because we never had any agreement
right.
on
now,
me owing her anything.
Now.
She didn't.
Shh,
what she did.
Am I speaking?
Okay.
Only what I ask.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you're out of jail. And she says to you, I want my money back, and if I don't get it back, I'm going to go in and remove my bond. You say, she threatened you to remove the bond unless you agreed to sign the note and pay her back. Is that right?
After I had stopped messing with her.
After you had stopped messing with her?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. After you had stopped messing with her, she said, shh. She said, unless you sign this note agreeing to pay me back, I am going to withdraw my bond, so you're going to go back to jail.
Exactly.
So you signed the note.
She was threatening me.
No. What you don't understand, Mr. Mitchell, is you consider that a threat.
It is a threat.
No, sir.
If I don't owe her nothing, I don't owe her nothing.
No, sir. What she's saying to you is...
feeling like...
Mr. Mitchell, I'm going to tell you this. When you appear before a judge on your drug charge, and if you keep yammering like you're doing to me, you're going to find yourself behind bars. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judges don't tolerate that. When judges ask a question, you give them an answer. I make myself clear?
Yes, ma'am.
She has a right to withdraw her bond. That's her right. If she doesn't like where you're living, if she doesn't like the people you're hanging around with, she has a right to go in and say, I'm withdrawing my bond because I'm not sure that he's going to appear or not. And I don't want to be stuck losing this money. So therefore, you, unless you can find somebody else to come up with the money, are going to go back to jail. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You made a choice. Your choice was not to go back to jail to await your trial. Your choice was to sign the note.
True.
So it's not as if she's saying either you sign the note or I'm going to take your left leg. That's a threat. You sign the note, I'm going to take the first 3 fingers on your left hand.
But can I say something?
That's a threat. Now I'm going to let you say something.
It's a threat the way she came at me about signing the note, though.
How did she come at you?
She was delirious. Just, you know what I'm saying? You're going to pay me my money back, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, you know what I'm saying? Just going all off. You know what I mean?
No, that's not correct.
Just a minute.
You did.
Shh. Mr. Mitchell, don't speak to her. So she was intimidating you.
Pretty much. But that's all she knew she had over my head was the bond.
Right.
Exactly. So she was being delirious, coming, you know what I'm saying, to my crib, boom, boom, boom. You're going to sign this,
I don't understand.
You know what I'm saying?
What is delirious?
What is delirious?
What is delirious? She's going off, you know what I'm saying, just going wild. Just, you know what I'm saying? Calling, you know what I mean?
Delirious.
But you know what I'm saying, though. You understand what I'm saying?
Mr. Mitchell, Mr. Mitchell, I want you to tell you something.
You understand what I'm saying?
I want to tell you something, sir. I am delirious.
Are you?
You're making me delirious.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Pay the money. You gotta pay the money. Shh. I didn't ask you for anything.
Okay, sorry.
And you're not losing. So why don't you be quiet?
Okay.
Good. You had a choice. Your choice was to sign the note, which means you owed her the money, or go back to jail. You chose to owe her the money rather than go back to jail. Those were your choices.
Ashbarger versus Hubbard. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat, please.
You are the plaintiff's current wife, is that
Yes.
right? I'd like you to have a seat, please. Mr. Hashbarger, you and the defendant were married.
Yes.
You have one child together.
Yes.
How old is that child?
He is now 2.
He's 2.
Yes.
When you were married, you were living in the state of Ohio?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
How long did you live in Ohio?
8 months.
Where were you married? In what state?
We got married in Alabama.
Is that where your family is from?
Yes, ma'am.
And how long did you stay married?
It was about a year and a half, maybe.
And when you separated, you were still living in Ohio, is that right?
Right.
Yes.
The thrust of this lawsuit is that you want the defendant to reimburse you for travel expenses that you incurred when you traveled from Ohio to Alabama to see your son, and she refused to let you see him pursuant to an agreement that you had. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, it is.
So I have a few questions. Can I see your judgment of divorce? Who has a copy of it?
No, we don't have that.
She must have a copy.
We don't have it?
Not in there. Just the custody order.
All right.
I have a custody order.
Do you have the custody
Yeah.
order from where?
Ohio.
I'd like to see the custody order from Ohio. And does that outline visitation as well?
I do have the visitation, guidelines of the visitations in it. And
I'd like to see that.
transportation. This is visitation and transportation.
I'll take a look at both of their documents. Okay, so you're supposed to have the child half the summer.
Yes. And it also states on there that for the transportation, that for the parent who is picking the child up is responsible for the transportation as receiving the child.
Okay. First of all, did you consent to her moving from Ohio to Alabama?
No, I did not.
And when did she make the request to leave Ohio to go to Alabama? Of the court?
August
August of 2000 or 1999?
99.
Is that right?
That's right.
When was your divorce granted? It was filed a month before, in July of 99. So why did you make the request to move a month after your divorce?
If I remember, it was the beginning of September.
It was August 4th.
August 4th is whenever. Anyways, I wrote the judge a letter, and here's in our guidelines saying about moving.
Let me see it, please.
But I was having financial hardship, and I had no choice but to move. I couldn't live up there. And I wrote the judge a letter, and I also told Eric, and I gave him a letter telling him I was moving.
Now,
Well, see, Your Honor, also, she was staying with her mother in a house that they rented or supposedly purchased in the student.
I'm going to ask a couple of questions because there are several things that are relevant to me. When did you separate? I know when you were divorced. When did you separate? How old was the child?
He is 1. No.
So you were separated?
No, he wasn't.
7 months.
7 months, Your Honor, and it was March 3rd.
Okay. So the child was 7 months when you separated. You were both at that point living in Ohio.
Yes.
And you didn't leave until sometime in August or September to go to Alabama?
The end of September, I moved.
From March of 1999 to the end of September of 99, did you see your son, sir?
There was a period whenever we first split up that I did have custody of him.
Right after you separated, are you saying to me that your son was with you?
Yes.
For how long?
It was up until we went back to court for the visitation.
Which was when?
I don't know what the exact.
He had him for 5 weeks.
5 weeks. So that brings us into April or May. Is that right?
Yep.
And after that, you had your son with you.
Right.
Now, when you had your son with you for the next several months while you were still in Ohio, did you visit him?
There for a while, she did not let me visit him until I was able to get a court order to see him again.
And when was that?
That was a couple weeks after she ended up getting the custody back.
And after that, did you in fact see him?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
How often?
As every other weekend is what my visitation was granted to me, and I ended up seeing him. I think it was twice I got to see him. The second time, whenever I did see him, that was whenever she packed up and left, and she ended up cutting my visitation off short.
I mean, packed up and left for Alabama?
Alabama.
He also got him for 1 day each week. He got him for 1 day for 3-hour visit.
For 3 hours.
And he did see him?
Right.
I would like you to explain to me, I see some of it in your papers, but I would like you to explain to me why you did not allow your son's father to take him for visitation when he came to Alabama for that part of the summer.
In August of '99, we were at the pediatrician's office. Eric and his now wife met us there, and he informed me that he was going to keep Preston, which is our son, keep him for an extra 2 weeks. But in the guidelines, it says you can have 2 weeks uninterrupted visitation if you go out of town, and that goes into your 5 weeks of your summer. So he's telling me that he was going to get 2 weeks. I called the sheriff's department, and they
What'd you
told
do
me
that for?
Because Eric wouldn't give me my child, and I was supposed to have him. I had to go and get Preston back. So I called the sheriff's department and asked them, what do I do, because I'm supposed to have him back in my arms, and Eric wouldn't give him back.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Eric Hashbarger says his ex-wife, Teresa Hubbard, owes him for travel expenses, attorney's fees, and lost wages. Eric claims after traveling from Ohio to Alabama, Teresa wouldn't allow him to see his son.
Go ahead.
I called the sheriff's department. They told me, they said the only thing that you can do, because we can't enforce anything if the other parent doesn't want to give it up.
How long had he had him at that point?
He was on his 5 weeks vacation, and it was at the end of it.
It was towards the end of his...
No, it was 6 weeks, wasn't it?
Let's say he had him for between 5 and 6 weeks. So your son was with his father for 5 or 6 weeks.
Right.
Is that right? And he said he wanted to keep him for another 2 weeks.
Right.
Okay, did he say why?
Well, yeah, because in the guidelines, he kept saying that he got an extra 2 weeks when he didn't.
Just a minute. Did he say he wanted to take him someplace, or he just wanted to keep him for...
He wasn't leaving town or nothing. He was just going to stay home.
Because his interpretation of the guidelines was that he had him for an extra 2 weeks?
Right.
Well, there was things that I was doing with my son, Your Honor.
Okay, but he said to you, my interpretation of the guidelines is that I have an extra 2 weeks. Is that what he said to you?
Yeah.
Okay, that's one reason. What's the next reason you didn't allow him to take the child?
And in November, it was a good faith, because when you move, it said in the guidelines, and I was already moved, that it was a good faith.
You say it was a good faith.
That's what it says on that paper I gave you.
Listen to me. You moved to Alabama, and according to your answer, you say that the second reason you didn't want him to have visitation was because he tried to prevent you from moving from Ohio to Alabama. That's what you say. And he wanted to prevent you from doing that through using the courts. Is that right? I assume that he filed papers and said, I don't want you to move.
Right.
He has every right. Just a minute. Shh. He has every right to do that.
Right.
He has every right to say, I don't want you to take my child out of state so that I can't see him regularly, which is why I asked you certain questions before, madam. I said to you, when you were finally awarded custody, I wanted to know whether he was one of those parents that didn't see their child at all, but you even volunteered that he got to see him even during the week. And he did exercise that visitation during the week.
No,
and he did.
I'm
not speaking to you. Do you think that, I mean, if you're not losing, you're supposed to keep your mouth shut. Right?
Yes.
I mean, I read your papers. I'm quite frankly appalled. I'm appalled that you did not let that little boy go with his father for vacation, to spend time with him. Here you move. He exercises his rights, goes to court and says, I don't want my child to move. We're living in Ohio. Ohio has jurisdiction up until that point. Ohio has jurisdiction. Ohio made the order. I see my child pursuant to that order, and I don't want him to move. Child has 2 parents. I don't know what reason the court had to say to you, okay, move. And I can't go into that. Court gave you permission to move. Then you're supposed to do whatever is necessary to ensure that your child gets to see his father from whom you took him. You took him out of state. That's what you're supposed to do as a responsible parent, and not be angry that he got married again and then went and had another child and say, forget it. I'm not going to let him, I'm going to make it difficult. That's outrageous. Don't you think that that's outrageous?
To a point, but in December, he got him for Christmas, and then in January, he told me he was going to come to Alabama, pick up our child, and also bring him home. Well, he waits to the last minute. He told me in an email, and I have that on paper, and he also told me on the phone that he was not going to bring him home, that it was my responsibility to come and get him, when he already agreed to bring him home.
Let me see it in the email.
It's basically, see, it's on the first and on the last page.
See, on the...
Shh, I'm reading. This man sounds, based upon these emails that you gave me, as a most responsible, indulgent ex-husband under the circumstances. I'm going to read you parts of it, not just the parts that you underlined. I also wanted to know if you are willing to give me extra visitation at Christmas time. You know most of my time will be spent picking Preston up in Alabama and dropping him back off. I would really appreciate it if you would give me an extra week or two. I know this seems like a long time, but I probably won't be able to see him again until the summer vacation. It would mean a lot to me if we could spend some extra time together. That sound bad to you?
Sounds very fair to me.
Right? Then in the next email he sends to you, I sent you a letter as soon as I got back to Alabama. The letter states that according to the guidelines, you are responsible for coming back to Ohio to pick Preston up. Is that right?
Right.
Okay. Since you are, and then he goes on to say, so you're responsible for going back to Ohio, which seems very fair to me since you're the one who moved from Ohio to Alabama. He's going to come and pick him up. Sounds very fair that you got to go and get him. But then he goes even further, and he says, since you are willing to let us keep Preston for extra visitation, I am willing to meet you halfway for you to pick him up at the end of visitation, and I'm willing to do this as a courtesy. So because you said okay, that he could spend a little more time with him, he said, I'm going to be a nice guy. So far, I don't see anything terrible. Do you?
No.
Okay. I want you to tell me what happened.
Well, he ended up getting his visitation.
Just a second. I want you to tell me what happened the summertime when he came down to pick up Preston from your house. What did you do?
He was told not to even come down there.
Who told him?
I did.
You have no right to tell him.
My lawyer, my attorney, told me.
You have no right to tell him. Your child has rights. Your child has a right to have two parents. You chose him as a parent. Your child has a right to see his father, irrespective of the fact that you are angry, annoyed, jealous, vicious, whatever. Your child has the right to see his father. A father who, I might add, was consistent in seeing him before you left. So I'm not talking to you about what your lawyer did. You went to Alabama. You started working immediately to get jurisdiction changed from the state of Ohio to the state of Alabama, which for some bizarre reason you were able to do. Okay.
It didn't do it.
No, Your Honor.
It didn't
that went to court and it got denied.
Oh, good. So
All
at least
rights are staying on.
so at least somebody is not asleep at the switch. I want to see.
That's another thing, because since the day we got divorced, that's all she says, that she's going to constantly take me back to court. I even got a phone conversation of that on cassette tape.
Well, listen to me. She's angry, and maybe somebody hasn't said to her what I'm saying to her, which is, you have a child together, and you know what? You have one child?
Right.
Your child is going to grow up hating you. When he grows up and he's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 years old, and he understands that you have impeded his father's right.
I have given...
No, you have not.
I have given him extra visitation. Ask him.
Just a second. Did you give him visitation during the summer?
Yes, at the end of the summer, he did end up getting his 5 weeks.
Well,
When
Your
he
Honor,
came-
I had to get a court order.
Just a second. When he drove from Ohio to Alabama, did you give him the child?
No, I did not.
And then the court said you were wrong and gave him visitation. Is that right?
Right.
Good. Then you are responsible for the extra trip. Let me see your expenses. Courts should not have to get involved with this.
This one here?
You're supposed to be a good mother, and a good mother ensures that her
I am a
child...
good mother.
No, you are not. If you did not let him take that child when he drove there to take that child out of spite, then you were not being a good parent. You were being a vindictive ex-wife.
Well,
And
he
there is
should
a
have
big
never
difference.
made the trip anyway, because he was told not to come down there, and he went down there anyway. I told him he wasn't going to get the child, and he did it anyway.
That's what you did. You told him you're not going to get the child. Why? Was the child going on a
I was
camping
working on
vacation?
paperwork.
You were working on what paperwork?
Things that were supposed to go to court. My lawyer was working on some paperwork.
You don't get it. You don't get it. Listen, I'm not talking about courts and I'm not talking about lawyers. I'm talking about being a good mother. Not somebody who is jealous or vicious or vindictive. Because I read your papers. And you're pretty angry that he got married right away. And you're pretty angry he had another baby. And you're pretty angry about all those things. And you may have an emotional right to be angry at those things. You have no right to withhold your son from seeing his father. If anything, you're supposed to be more giving, since you were the one who upped and moved from Ohio to Alabama to live with your mother. What's the total amount?
Comes up to, what was that, $1,888?
1,000. Go ahead.
$888.36.
Judgment for the plaintiff in that amount. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.